Hi, welcome to my content creator coaching sessions, my stream coaching sessions with content creators. This session, we're featuring YateriaKurosawa and Ngenios up here, who have applied via my... I have spelled it right. What do you mean? You can't read. They've applied via my content creator coaching application. Link is in chat or in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube. Heck yeah, I'm really excited. Just a disclaimer, anything that I talk about on this show is from my personal perspective and not intended as an insult. Please, I just want to help people be the best content creators that they can be and enjoy what they're doing rather than get burnt out. So, take everything I say with a pinch of salt, and obviously not everything will apply to everyone, and I'll do my best to be kind and be as, you know, informative as I can for everyone. Yeah, welcome on in. If you've applied, then your name will be in my applications form, and I will try to get to you when I can, but I may not get to everyone that has applied. There is at least one person that has applied that hasn't put all the information in, so I won't be getting to their application at all. But if I get to you, don't worry, I'll drop you a message before the stream goes live to let you know that we're looking at your content today, and I ask that everyone gives their full permission for me to look at their content live on stream. Awesome sauce. All right, let's get to it. Heck yeah. Hoggies! Welcome on in. I'm going to switch over the music to something a bit more chill. Here we are. We're going to start by looking at Ngenious' content. Ngenious is right over here. Right over here. Hold on. Here we go, welcome. So, today we're going to be looking at Ngenious and YateriaKurosawa. The common thread between Ngenious and YateriaKurosawa being that they're both pretty new to streaming or in the pretty early stages of setting up their channels. And so I think it's a great starting point to look at their content and to compare the different stages of starting a thingy. So grab your pens and pencils, everybody. Grab your pens and pencils and notepads. We're going to take some notes down. Hi, Todd. Welcome. Hi, Luffy. I've turned off some of the redemptions today, so there's only some redemptions available. Please try not to use the sound effects if you can. Otherwise, I'll have to go manually turn them all off. If you would like to apply to be a content creator, as I said, links are in chat. You could do !creator to get all the links. I've also opened up oh my god, I've opened up a third link that I need to add into that. Hold on. But the next time we do one of these sessions, I would like to add a Q&A session onto that. So if you would like to send a specific question for us to talk about on stream, for me to have a look over, you can send it in the Q&A link, which I've added now. So the third link on that the third link on that command is the Q&A. All these links will be in the description if you're watching on YouTube, of course. So yeah, put your questions in the Q&A session link. It's a Google form. You can put your question, and then if you need to put extra context and stuff, you can put that in the second box. And then if you want to put your name, you don't have to, but you can in that third box down below. Awesome. It's super simple. You can enter as many questions as you want. Just repeat the form. You should be able to do that. Let me know if you have any issues with it. But yeah. Heck yeah. When was your birthday, Venji? Welcome on in. Today, I won't be talking to chat as much. So if you're here for a normal Petri stream, for like gaming and chat interaction, then you'll have to come back another stream. I'll be live again tomorrow for a regular stream. I will be playing more Fallout New Vegas. Don't you usually use Twitter on incognito? So if I'm doing my content creator coaching streams, I don't use incognito simply because, oh, that's me. Simply because, I think you have to be logged into certain platforms to be able to see everything. So if things are like age restricted or whatever. Yes, go grab your pen and paper. No worries. Welcome. It's good to see you, Nomad. You're Capricorn. Heck yeah. Yes. So if you're here for a regular Petri content stream with gaming and chat interaction, then please come back again tomorrow because there won't be any of that today. I will be reading chat, but not as much as I normally do, simply because the focus today is to go over these content. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And we'll do what we can to discuss everything we can and go over everything we can. And of course, Ngenious and Yateria will be getting a copy of my notes from this stream as well. Heck yeah. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Right, we're going to have a little talk over Ngenious' application form. And what kind of content creator they are. So Ngenios has applied with their links and said he's brand new to streaming, so he just wants the beginner tips on how to grow initially. He classifies himself as a PNG tuber, although I don't believe in distinguishing PNG tuber separate to VTuber. I think if you're a PNG tuber, then you are a VTuber. And there's no need to segregate yourself from that. Because PNG tubers are VTubers too, bro. They're VTubers too. Use both tags. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, cool. And that's pretty much all Ngenios has put in the application, that they're brand new to streaming. So we're going to have a little look through and do what we can for Ngenios. Heck yeah. This is Ngenios' Twitter account, which we're going to start with because it's a nice and easy, simple springboard from where we're going off from. Let me pop down to my notes section. Hoggies. All right. Hi, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. Papa. Heck yeah. Okay, so Ngenios says he's a regular guy turned human computer program. Got the British flag. Ian VTuber, he, him. Nice. Twitch link, awesome. YouTube link, double awesome. I don't know what I'm doing here either. Cute. Cool, I like it. It's, you know, a bit about you, where you're from, you know, that you're a VTuber, your most important links, and a little bit about you. It gives a little character, gives a little flavor, you know, get a little bit of spice. I like it. Very good. And you got your Twitch link again here. I get File Explorer. Okay. Your pinned tweet, if you see this tweet, do not scroll past it. Like it, retweet it, follow me, go to my profile, follow the links, follow me on Twitch. When you see the go live notification, click on it, watch my stream. This is not a request, this is a command. Hashtag VTuber. I like it. This is the profile picture that I see Ngenios use everywhere. Awesome. Ah, look, yeah, you're in this episode. Heck yeah. Got your notepad ready, fucking poggies. Huge. Heck yeah. And then general Twitter content. What we're looking for when we look at content creators' Twitter pages is we're looking for a nice variety between, you know, going live links, here's my content links, and actual content for Twitter. So when you're building an audience on Twitter and on other platforms, you need to make sure that that on every platform you're adding content specific to that platform. So that means on Twitter, obviously, you want to be posting your go live links to Twitch to make sure that people who follow you and find you on Twitter are finding you on Twitch as well. But you also want to make sure that you're providing value to your Twitter followers. You know, I see a lot of people who fall under the trap of just retweeting everything all of the time. So what you really want to make sure you're doing is posting things specific to your Twitter page. Hi, Larkspur. Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoyed time here. Welcome. We're doing a content creator coaching session today. So going over a little bit about the beginning stages of content creation. Hi, Claude the Red. Thank you again for the follow. Welcome. Hi, welcome. Good to see you guys. There won't be a whole lot of chat interaction today. Yo, give me $1? No. So, on Twitter, you want to make sure you're posting your Go Live link, and also you're posting Twitter-specific content. So, you might post, like, you know, what you've had for dinner, or a funny joke, or, you know, some other kind of, you know, just normal Twitter content. And this is different for everyone what you'd post on Twitter. Hi, welcome. Okay, hold on. Let me have a drink. What have you got? You've got a go live tweet. Nice. Another go live tweet. Another go live tweet. You've got a conclusion tweet for your go live tweet. Another go live tweet. Okay, cool. I'm getting the idea. So currently, your Twitter account is literally going live tweets. Oh, you've got a joke here or something. What's this? On New Year's, post before you go to bed. That's nice. Not particularly for you guys to chip in with personal thoughts or criticisms, but if you have questions or things you want to talk about specifically, I open the board to that. I don't like people coming in and backseating these sessions, because I try really hard to make it kind, and when everyone starts chipping in with their own advice that may be well intended, you know what I mean? It's a good idea. You don't do go live tweets. If you're streaming on Twitch, it's a good idea to advertise on other platforms that you're going live. But yeah, I definitely, my first note for Twitter, for you, Ngenios, will be to post more other content. So for this, you might be posting like, you know, something that you're working on, or maybe just a tweet about your day, or a tweet asking people how their day has been, or maybe a tweet about an idea you have, or you could post all sorts of things. You could post all sorts of things. But if you're only posting going live tweets, then you're essentially providing no real value, no real content, no substance to your channel, your Twitter account, to your followers. And it will stunt your growth. There's also a huge problem with Twitter secretly likes to, what's the word? Subdue accounts and tweets that post lots of links. So if every other tweet you're posting is a go live tweet and it has a link to your Twitch account in it, then Twitter will be like, oh, you're posting too many links. Time to kind of not mute your account, but it does suppress you in the algorithm. That's the word, suppress. It suppresses you in the algorithm, and so therefore your tweets get seen by less people. Even if you're followed by a bunch of people, you will get less views on your tweets, and it's suppressed more in the algorithm. Simply because Twitter, like most other platforms, want to keep people on the platform and not off the platform. Or if you're a zombie tuber, I guess you'd be going dead. Oh, instead of live. I see what you did there. Heck yeah, Zed. So, I'd have a think about what things you can post on Twitter. And if you're a VTuber, you might want to consider how personal you want to be. You know, if you want to post selfies, a lot of VTubers don't post selfies and like IRL content like that. I like to post every so often about things I'm doing that aren't stream related. So when I go get my nails done, I post that I'm getting my nails done, and I post pictures and stuff. I do feel loads better, thank you. I do feel loads better. Still a tiny bit sick, but loads better, thank you. I've been resting lots. You know, you're essentially aiming to provide content that is specific to Twitter and of quality. You know, what do people want to see? But yeah, avoiding posting too many links and separating your go live links with other forms of content. So, you know, this kind of thing is great. You're engaging with you can't even see my mouse. You're engaging with another creator. You're posting different content what you normally post. I think it's great. You know, obviously you can't do this kind of thing all the time. But yeah, hi Petri. Yeah, I think it's great. Then you're on a good path by already posting your go live tweets. That's a great start already. Heck yeah. What else can we see on here? You're posting, oh, like this. Look, I like that you're posting your own personal thumbnails. This is really great. They say that posting pictures in your tweets is a great way to boost engagement because people get more attracted to seeing the visual imagery. And so if you're posting that with your link, I've also noticed that you sometimes post your link in a tweet below, which is also a good thing to do. Heck yeah. A good start to your Twitter account. Good start to your Twitter account. How long have you had your Twitter account? Since April. Not long, really. You've not had this long. You've not had it long at all. I think you're doing really well. Let's see if you reply to many people's tweets. Let's see who you engage with. Obviously that tweet. Oh, nice. You're replying to tweets. I have actually seen you reply to some other people's tweets too. You're responding here to Noah, to Takahata. Getting a consistent schedule. Heck yeah. Hi, Claude. Welcome. Welcome on in. Nice. It's good to see that you're engaging with other people's tweets as well as just posting your own. This is very interesting. Well, I hope it's helpful to some people. That's the goal, at least. If it's not helpful to everyone, it'll at least be helpful to someone. Today, specifically, we're looking at Ngenios and YateriaKurosawa. If you want to reply yourself, we have a bunch of links in this command here. So the first one is a link to my Ko-Fi page, which I highly recommend you go check out. I have a 14-page free document on my Ko-Fi. It's a full content creator resource pack with a whole bunch of different things on there. It's a whole bunch of resources, the things you need and may want to look at as a creator. It also has guides on how to set up and how to make sure you're doing everything you can on all platforms. So mostly being YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. No, not TikTok. YouTube, Twitter, Discord, and Twitch. That's the one. And there's also a questionnaire at the bottom to help you work out what your goals are and what you should be focusing on as a creator. I'm hoping to get maybe an update to it in the next few months. And I'm also hoping to make a VTuber resource pack specific to VTubers as well. So this one currently is applicable to any kind of content creator on those platforms, on Discord, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So yeah, I hope you find it helpful. A bunch of people, even if you're an experienced content creator, a bunch of people have found it very helpful already. So yeah, take a look. I highly recommend. I've worked really hard on it, and it's completely free. The second link is a form for this content creator coaching sessions, my stream coaching sessions, where I look at all your content on stream. And so it's providing free coaching for you, the people that apply. And it's also providing free tips and things for people to think about that they can watch. And all the VODs will be available on Twitch as highlights and on my YouTube channel. And then finally, my third link in that command is to a Q&A form, because the next session we're going to do a huge Q&A session, which I'm hoping to do if we have enough questions every time we do one of these stream sessions. So we can go over some general Q&As from everyone in chat. Heck yeah, I hope that clears that up. Oh, good. Okay, cool. I think your Twitter looks great. I don't think there's a huge much more to say about it. I think you need to work on some other forms of content. I think your description looks great. I think your pinned tweet is funny, and normally I would say you need to put all your links in your pinned tweet or somewhere in this section, either the bio or the pinned tweet, but you've essentially got all your important links here, because I don't know what other channels or places you have to link people at the moment, as you're in the very early stages of content creation. So I think you've put yourself in a really great place to do this right off the bat. You're still working on tips from last time, panel art, make some, heck yeah, or you can commission some, there's a whole bunch. Anyway. Next, we're going to move on to Ngenios' YouTube channel, which is in the very early stages again. What do you have? Do you have panel art? It's the same panel art. Okay. We need to talk about your branding, which, you know, honestly, I've not got too much to criticize on your branding, because as I said, you're literally just starting off, and I think you're doing really well. You know, you've got a consistent profile picture. Well, I mean, okay, maybe not a consistent profile picture, but, you know, you've got consistent branding of your names across channels, which is, you know, the most important thing. Because if someone's looking for Ngenios, that's the first thing they're going to type, Ngenios. And you've got that across all 3 of your main channels. So, hi, Tony. Welcome. Good to see you. Can we get a shout out for Tony, please? So, yeah, we've got your consistent username across all 3 channels. You've got a different profile picture, but the same banner. I don't know the relevance of the banner, if this is something you're keeping with your branding, but you may want to consider your branding. But I would think this will probably come when you get, you know, if you're looking to get a model, because you said you're a PNG tuber. So I don't know if you're currently aiming towards getting a model. I can see that you're using your profile picture as like a PNG tuber model at the moment. I can see that across all your videos. But yeah, you may maybe make your profile picture that, or, you know, make something with Ngenios and your profile picture. Either way, I think it's pretty clear that these channels all belong to you. Even if it's just the what was this, Windows XP background, you know, whatever floats your boat. You've posted some shorts, nice. Let's have a look. Actually, why not?
We'll just have to not stand in any trap.
Oh, it's quiet. It's very quiet.
And I'm definitely good at that. Immediately. Not even a second. We'll just have to not stand in any traps.
Okay. Did you have yet another short? Let's see if the other one is louder.
What's that?
Okay, this says to me that your audio balancing on stream is probably really quiet. Or is it? I can't even adjust the volume.
No, don't say the Simpsons joke.
Okay, it's very quiet. It's very quiet. It's very quiet. I wanted to show you some of the previous videos. I've seen this video actually. Ngenios, when we first met, Ngenios had shown me this video that they made that featured a whole bunch of VTubers that even I'm in, and that was pretty freaking cool. I'm pretty honored, not gonna lie, pretty honored. What is this? 23-second video.
And I guess the only real way to answer that question,
is it just me?
just try and do it yourself. Oh god, I'm actually doing this, aren't I?
Was this your debut video? It's very quiet. Oh, you can see what kind of music I listen to. What's this? 4 minutes of karaoke. Oh. Nice.
There you go. Can we hear it all? Okay?
Oh, this is loads better. This is loads better. I might get copyright striked.
What have I got myself?
I'm gonna stop listening because I don't want to get the VOD muted. That'd be really bad. But that's really cool. And you've got what looks like a VOD here too.
Okay, well this seems fine.
And the volume on these 2 videos is much better, much better, much better. Let me make this bigger again.
All part of the
See about
fun.
that.
December 20th, 1998, 5 days before Christmas.
It's probably either whatever program you made your shorts on, or it's hi Hitenshi Nashi Raza, thank you, welcome. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but welcome on in. We're having a current look at Ngenius's content and seeing what we can do to help them. They're a beginner streamer and a beginner content creator, so we're just having a little look over their YouTube channel. Wait, one?
Shit. Oh well.
You had you?
There's a photo here. I can't really click on anything. I'm guessing I'm a child.
This is Ngenius.
Yeah, I'm very sure.
A bit, I'm sorry. Hatanashi? Hatanashi. I'm pretty sure I added like a whole nother syllable in there. Thank you for the follow, Hatanashi. Raza is fine, okay.
Dark still. Oh, but I can't pause, so never mind.
If I want you to look at, for example, my account, I have to fill up the link you had on your Twitter. Yeah, so there's an application link here on this command. This second link here. You can apply for stream coaching here in that link in chat. Yeah. I can't guarantee I'll get to you soon. There's a lot of applicants. Oh, you gotta know. Yeah, I added a whole extra syllable for no reason, really. Your audio balancing on this is great. I don't know if this is like a clip of your full VOD. Aw, get a VTuber model. That's a great goal.
Yeah, I don't think there's a pause button. No. Okay, so presumably my Christmas present is under the tree.
I don't know what's up with the Furby. It's terrifying.
Set of wall decoration.
But it's adding to the vibe.
Just a picture, just a very...
It's cute, right? It's cute. It's cute. This is Ngenius. I'll drop a shout out for Ngenius in chat.
And then just a picture of a tiger.
This is who we're looking at today. Ngenius, and then a little bit we'll be looking at Yataria. Hi, Light Lord, welcome. Okay, cool. I'm loving it. Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy time here. Welcome.
Okay. I can't read it. Oh wait, here we go. No, it doesn't.
I think this is great. I think this is great, Ngenius. I think this is great. Let's skip ahead. You're talking loads. I have no idea if people are in your chat, but either way, you're talking loads and consistently. Hi, Daddy Bun. Hi, Noob.
Okay, well, this is easy.
Oh, it's a game about Furbies. Oh, that's awful. I hate it.
He's been groomed.
Long Furbies are terrifying. I've seen long Furbies.
Okay,
ooh, it's Tattletale.
So
this looks like an interesting game. Maybe I should play it. Ooh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, anyway, I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway. Ngenius, this is really good. Furbies are straight from hell. I missed you too, Bun. I missed you too. Good to see you guys. Furbies are straight from hell. Yeah, Furbies are pretty horrifying. Anyway, back to Ngenius. The spot is looking great. I want to look at your Twitch VODs and see if they're the same, of the same caliber. But this is really great. I love how much you're talking. I love how engaged you are. You know, it feels like you watch a lot of other content creators, and you've very much seen how they're doing things, and you wanna do this. This game is stress inducing. Yeah, I kind of want to play it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting stressed just watching Ngenius play it. Babysitting an evil Furby and Tattletale. I like it. Good title. Nice, short, to the point. It's a bit catchy, a bit eye-catching. People love watching other people get scared. Yeah! Streamed live at Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. Awesome. Okay, cool. Nice, simple, to the point. You got your links in description. You've tagged the game. One comment. I don't see it. Oh, and you've added tags. See, this is a great extension. Again, you can find a link to this in my content creator resource pack. You can find by doing creator, creator. You'll find a link to my resource pack, and you'll see a link to keywords everywhere is the name of this extension. It's a browser extension that lets you see all the tags. I think it limits on how many you can see a day, so you can't just like farm and see a bunch. But we'll be using this to have a look at what you're doing on your channels. VTubers, streaming, gaming, Tattletale, live, YouTube, Twitch, horror, jump scare, Iron Mouse, Sea Dog, Ludwig, and PNG Tuber. Nice, I like it. I think these are great. These are absolutely great. You could definitely up your game with this. If you have a look at if you literally search for VTuber, let me do it on a separate browser. VTuber play Tattletale. Yeah, let's see who else has played this. Okay, this is, I don't know who this person is, but we're gonna have a look at this as an example. Poggies. We're gonna have a look at this as an example. So this is someone who, I think they've played Tattletale. I just kind of assumed. Yeah, they play Tattletale. They play Tattletale. So this is a labeled "Shut Up, Furby Bitch," Tattletale VTuber, in their description. And we're looking at this specifically because they're also a VTuber and they're playing the exact same game as you. And so it makes a good comparison for you to look at things you could be doing on your content. So they've tagged it as Kenji because their name is Kenji. I only lost Tattletale. I only lost because Tattletale won't shut the fuck up. I'm a god gamer, never lose, never rage quit ever. Okay, subscribe, yeah. And then they've got their links, just like you have, join my Discord server, and their editor. Awesome. And then you could see this is what I wanted to look at specifically. The tags that they've put on. All I searched was VTuber plays Tattletale, and it came up with Kenji. Now this has, where is it? 90,000 views on it. Or 89,000 views on this video. And that's really good. I think I've seen this VTuber around a little bit. But if you have a look at their tags, VTuber, English, ENG VTuber, Kenji, Sun Kenji. So these are their usernames, Kenji and Sun Kenji. EN VTuber, Tattletale Secrets, Tattletale, Top Tattletale Facts, Tattletale Darkest Secrets, Darkest Moments, Theories, Mama Story, Mama Jump Scare, Mummy Theory, Kaleidoscope, VHS Tape. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. But it looks like they've probably done a little bit of their research on what people are searching for when they're searching for Tattletale videos. And similarly VTuber videos. And that's kind of what you want to do whenever you post a video on YouTube, because that will help with the algorithm. It won't guarantee clicks and views, but it will help you in the algorithm to get your video seen initially. So what you could even simply do is literally, unfortunately, just copy these tags and pop them into your own video. Obviously, you want to change a few because you might not want to use the Kenji tags, or maybe you do, just like you've used the Seadog VA and the Iron Mouse tags. Maybe you want to tag other VTubers that have played this game, because that way, when I watch this video, similarly down below on the recommended will be your video right next to it, because it's tagged with the same things. It's tagged as a similar VTuber, you know what I mean? And that I feel like that feels a little bit iffy, but it really is the way to work the algorithm on YouTube. I think they got all the tags from a site that suggests tags based on. Do you know what that site is, Hatanashi? Because this is the extension I use. But if you know of a site, I would love to see it. Some seem a bit random. Oh, what on these? No, I don't think they're random at all, honestly. I think when you search for I think even on YouTube now, I don't know if it's open to all creators. I think it's only open to some creators. But YouTube have this function where you can search for a topic and it will tell you all the things that people search for on that topic. So if I search VTuber, it will tell me all the similar things that people search for in the VTuber when they're searching for VTubers on YouTube. And it really helps with making your tags appropriate. So if people are looking at Tattletale the game, they're going to be looking at, you know, maybe they're searching for theories and secrets, and maybe there's a VHS function in the game that people want to see more of. So it's probably that. But Keywords Everywhere will tell you what keywords, what tags people are using and what things people are searching for. Hi Phoenix, welcome, good to see you. But either way, I think there are probably some other things like Keywords Everywhere that you can use. But this is a really great way to work out how you should be tagging your video before you send it. If you can find it, I would love to get a link if you don't mind it, Hatanashi. But if you can't find it, no worries. I'll see if I can do some digging myself to find it. Thank you though, thank you. But yeah, anyway, back to Ngenius's video. We'll close that one. This is looking great. This is looking great. If I remember correctly, you had a thumbnail for this. You did. Actually, oh, yeah, you did have a thumbnail. Nice, that's awesome. You can see you've made a thumbnail of the game with your face on it. I like it. It's great. I think this is a great video. I wish this had more views on it because I think you're really entertaining. Oh, thank you so much. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let me pop some notes down for you. So, YouTube. YouTube for Ngenius on YouTube. we want to look at using tags more effectively. Check out keywords everywhere. Browser extension. And you should also have a look at what other creators tag their videos as when they're posting similar content. So if I wanted to post a FNAF video, right? Let's say I'm a Flash tuber and I want to post a FNAF video. I will look at the top people that are posting FNAF stuff, which of course, the first person that comes to mind is Markiplier. And he's a great example because everyone kind of knows Markiplier, right? So if I'm going to post a FNAF video, I'm going to look at Markiplier. I'm going to look at how he's doing his thumbnails. I'm going to look at how he's titling his videos. I'm going to look at how he's tagging his videos and how he's doing his descriptions. And I'm going to not replicate it word for word, but obviously I'm going to see how he does it and try to, you know, do it with my own spin. So let's say on the thumbnail, he does, I don't know, a picture of, you know, a jump scare from that FNAF game, followed by, you know, or like next to it, you know, a screaming image of him, right? And so we're going to want to create something similar to that, that's as similarly eye-catching, you know, big jump scare imagery, you know, imagery of the new game, imagery of you reacting to it. Hi, Lady Daylick, welcome back. And we're going to want to do that kind of thing for the thumbnail because people are obviously clicking on that video and they'll see similar content and be like, oh, that looks good too. That looks like it might be like Markiplier's video. Happy New Year! Yes, see you later, Hatanashi. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye. So we want to be doing that, making sure we're thumbnailing appropriately. I think the thumbnail on this video, and of course, I don't have a whole lot of videos on your channel, but I think the thumbnailing for this is great. The thumbnailing for this is also nice and interesting and eye-catching. It's super simple, and it got views because you had a whole bunch of creators tagged in it. You gave people a reason to watch it. So, a thing I always say when coming to content creation is, why should people watch or engage in your content? You need to be thinking of why, you know? So with this video specifically, if you haven't seen it, it's a bunch of clips that Ngenios made. YouTubers, you know, let's just give it a quick watch. We'll watch a little bit of it.
YouTubers. Virtual avatars, usually piloted by a weeb, dork, or other form of nerd, typically used.
Oh, it's lagging! Oh no! Hi, Mr. Cad. But essentially, this video is like a mockumentary style with a bunch of clips from VTubers that Ngenios watched. And they tagged a whole bunch of VTubers in the description, and thumbnailing sounds funny to me. I don't know why. Hi, Mr. Cad. They tagged a whole bunch of people that they featured in the video, which I think is a great way of doing it when you are featuring other people's content. You should always, you know, put them in the description. And they posted on Twitter and tagged all those users that they had posted in it. And so that's why this video has so many views, because everyone that was tagged in this video liked it, they retweeted it on Twitter, and they watched it themselves because they wanted to see why they were in it. I think I'm in here somewhere at some point. I believe is it when I'm playing my... Oh, here I am! It's Bulltree! It's me, Bulltree!
Can you take it again?
Yeah, see, it's cool, right? This is why I watched it, because I knew I was in it, and it gave me an interest to watch it. Nice meeting you. It was lovely meeting you too. It was lovely meeting you too. Welcome. And so, you know, obviously this isn't applicable to every type of video, but it was applicable to this specific video. So Ngenios specifically wants to think about why people should watch his content. For this one, I think it's really interesting, really funny. And I love the way he's engaging with the video and not just with chat. I don't know how active chat is, if anyone was talking in chat, but either way, I can still watch and enjoy it without the context of chat. And it just strikes me as a good gameplay video. Like, I would normally watch Markiplier play horror game videos. I could very much easily enjoy this video as much as I would have enjoyed Markiplier playing the same game. So I think this is great. I think this is great. And you're off to a great start. And I love that you've done a variety of different videos. I think that's a really good idea. Thank you for the hydrate. I think it's a really good idea when you're beginning off as a content creator to not pen yourself into one box and to explore with all different kinds of content. So, when you become a content creator, when you start making content, it's very easy to say, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to do this, and I want to be this kind of content creator. But then when you actually start producing that content, you may not enjoy it as much as you initially thought. Or you may realize that, you know, there are other things you enjoy more, or you may realize you can do a whole lot more than you initially believed. You know what I mean? It's if you paint yourself into that one box, you'll never explore the joys of other forms of content and find new niches. Whereas if you allow yourself time and space, especially as a beginner, to explore, doing whatever you want, not worrying about numbers and about growth, just focusing on what you want to make and what you enjoy, and trying out a whole bunch of different things, then you will quickly find what you enjoy, and you will speed off into rocket speed. You know what I mean? The saying was butchered, but you know what I mean, right? Like, when I first started streaming, I started off as an Overwatch streamer, and I only played Overwatch, and then I realized I hated Overwatch because I played it all the time, and this happens with a lot of streamers that only play one game. They grow to hate the game, or be bored of the game, or not want to play it or touch it anymore. Oh yeah, let me hydrate. And so they either fall off and stop making content, or they become a variety streamer or do something else, and realize that there's a whole lot more to content creation than they ever explored before. So when I debuted as a VTuber, I decided I was going to be a variety streamer. And I wish I'd done that from the start, because I realized there was so much more to content creation that I was missing out on. And even then, I was restricting myself to only playing games. I'm only going to play games. I'm going to be a variety gamer, And I regret even penning myself that tightly into that box, when there's so much more I've done, and that I'm glad I tried, and that I've enjoyed making. And I think I really excelled and found my niche and found what I enjoyed by exploring all those different things and not restricting myself. And sure, it can be a little bit harder to grow, they say, when you do variety, but I think you'll enjoy yourself more in the long run. And I think by doing whatever you want to do and not restricting yourself, you will find the thing that makes you unique as a content creator. And then people will flood to you like nothing. Like, people will realize, oh, I'm getting this form of content here that no one has done before, or that I can't find anywhere else. They find what makes you unique, and they want to watch it. People want to watch it. So essentially what I'm saying is, Ingenious, keep exploring, keep making different forms of content, keep up the good work. I think you're doing great, and I'm glad to see that you're trying out a bunch of different things already. Let me write that down for you. Keep exploring different forms of content post. The variety is great, and I think you'll find what you enjoy creating and excel in it. And that's how you'll find your foundation as a content creator, and in turn, find your growth. Yeah, awesome. I think you're doing great. Let's have a look at your Twitch account. So we've not got a trailer on here. What is this?
Solve the problem.
Oh, these are two different streams? Oh, this is a highlight of Tattletale. Excuse me, this is the highlight of Tattletale that we just watched on YouTube. This is great. I love this video. And then recently you've been playing Fallout New Vegas. Yes. I started playing that yesterday. 9 out of 10. I started playing Fallout New Vegas yesterday. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm intrigued to see what you were doing on it. Let's have a look. We've got let me make this wider. Is that too wide? Maybe a little bit. There we go. So you got Fallout New Vegas, and you've also been playing Hades recently. Cool. You've got the same profile pictures on your Twitter account. Awesome. Yeah. Similar background. Oh, but this one's in night mode. Cute. I like it. Let's have a look at your own about me. You've got a goal set up. 17 more followers to go. Awesome. Regular guy turned computer program. Come watch me embarrass myself. Nice. Nice and simple. Mine was very similar for a long time. I think even now, my description on Twitch is very similar. Hi, Bibio. Welcome. You've got your Twitter and your YouTube linked. Awesome. You've got an about me. Hello, world. My name is Ingenious. Full name, ingenious.exe. Formerly a regular average nerd, now a sentient computer program. I like to play games and talk to myself, so stick around so I don't look crazy. I like it. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's good. It's good start. Currently playing Hades, Fallout New Vegas, and Signalis. Awesome. People like to see what you're playing, and what you normally play. Tripping.exe. What do you call a very scary bee? I have no idea. Gunmables. Gumnables? Welcome. A booby! welcome. It's good to see you. It's good to see you guys. I try to be variety as well. I ran into the issues of not having a lot of extra cash for games, so I have to wait, and I end up being geared towards more cozy games like Minecraft and Stardew. Honestly, yeah. The cost of variety streaming is steep, and it is hard, and me and my chat always talk about having, you know, games that what did they call them? Comfort games that we return to. So like Minecraft, I would say is a good fallback game if I don't have a new game to play. As a variety streamer, you don't always have to be playing the new games, but it helps to have something like paying for Microsoft Game Pass, which honestly I hated for a long time, but Game Pass allows you to play a whole bunch of new games straight on release day. And I'd say it's probably saved me some money, honestly. So have a look at Game Pass. There's even things where you can get a month for like £1, or you can get 3 months free and things like that. So that might be an investment for you. That is good advice. Yeah, I know, Game Pass. Who would have thought me advertising Game Pass? But Game Pass is helpful if, you know, you want a variety stream and you don't have the money for a bunch of games. There's also a whole genre of really cheap, really small indie games that are honestly so good. Hi, Manam Pantsu, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you, lovely. There's a whole genre of small indie games that you can... Oh, and Epic does free games too. Yes. Have a look at the free games on Steam and Epic. Have a look at the games under £5 on Steam. Have a look at itch.io for games as well. There's a whole bunch of games on there. Honestly, there's a lot of games you can play, and they're not as, you know... They're no AAA games, but, you know, you do what you can. Cheese. Hi, Dubs. Welcome. I'm asking that we keep sound effects to the minimum today, please, if possible, because today we're doing our content creator coaching streams, which means minimal chat reaction, chat interaction compared to normal, or they'll be answering any questions you have. r/free game findings is a subreddit that shows any free games across all services. What? Thank you, Bibio. That's really cool. Can you link that in Discord for me, please? If you use Opera GX, it has free games and deals aggregator. I did hear about that, yeah. So, what is this? Tipping! I read that as tripping. It's tipping.exe. Okay, there's no requirement to donate. Everyone is free. To enjoy the stream for free, donate here. Any donations made are non-refundable, and I'm not obliged to provide anything in return for donations. I think this is a good bit to add, right, about donations, and I believe there was, you know, there's been a lot of discussion over the years about whether or not to have this in your description for your donation link. But you're better safe than sorry, putting something in there in your donor link. Just being like, hey, donors are non-refundable, or tips, donors, whatever you call them, non-refundable. You know, you don't get anything in exchange for them. It's just a tip or a donation. It's not in exchange of a service. Just to try to cover your own back when it comes to PayPal. Yeah, cover your back when it comes to PayPal chargebacks. Because unfortunately, there are people out there that will donate and then charge back. And it will cost you money if they do charge it back. Hi, Laugh. Welcome. How are you? Welcome. Okay, links.exe. I think this is your Twitter feed, but it's broken. It was working for me earlier when I had a look earlier. Follow my Twitter to see my schedule and random shower thoughts. You know, you should post your schedule here. Right? There's no reason not to post your schedule in these things. I switched to Ko-Fi for that very reason. Yeah. Let's create a new section. Twitch. Add. You got recommended on Twitch. So for Let's Watch Heck, yeah, welcome. We're doing a streamer coaching session today. So chat interaction is a little bit lower than usual. But we're going over some streamers' you can have a look here. We're going over some streamers' content and helping them improve. Today, we're looking specifically at some very beginner content creators and how they can get started and start their content creator journey, whatever you want to refer to it as. But yeah, you can apply to join if you would like to. Links are all in chat. But today we're looking at Ngenios, and after that we're looking at YateriaKurosawa. For your Twitch, I think you should add your schedule to your panels instead of just linking to your schedule. So I think it's great that you link to your schedule and your Twitter and stuff on here, but I don't see there's any reason not to pop your schedule in somewhere here as well. Sorry, here. So you've got, to see my schedule, check out my Twitter, but you can just pop this here. People are lazy. The easier you give people their info, the more likely they are to put it in their brains. You know what I mean? Subscribe on my YouTube where I post edited videos. Eventually, oh, bless you. Bless you. You've got some good rules here too, and it's good that you've put the rules up here at the top. You know, basic things, very similar to my own rules. Awesome. Looks great. And you've got your Twitter feed. I like it. Very good. Very good. Welcome. I like that you've set up goals too. A lot of people don't use the goals function on Twitch, and you can see you're brand new to, you know, content creation. You've got 33 followers on Twitch, you've got 6 subscribers on YouTube, and you've got 47 followers on Twitter. You're doing great. You're doing great. I'm proud of you, and you're working hard from the ground up, and it's a great time to explore your content and what you want to do with it. So keep at it. Keep at it. You have, you know, that you have actually put a schedule in on Twitch though. I'm impressed. So many people don't use the schedule function on Twitch. If you haven't and you are a streamer, this is your reminder to set up your schedule on Twitch, please. Because when we do the shout out, I always use Tiny Tony as my reference for this. Today, I think we're going to use Melon Pantsu today, actually. We'll see if Melon Pantsu's done it. But if we use the new shout out command on Twitch, you'll see it pops up at the top of my chat here. If you click that heart, you can follow Melon Pantsu, but if you click the little arrow to drop down, it will show you a little bit about Melon Pantsu. So it says follow Melon Pantsu to be notified when they go live, and then it shows you their recently streamed categories. But if they have a schedule, it'll also show you their it will also show you when their next stream is, which is really important because if you just followed someone, you often forget that you followed this new creator unless you're told physically when the next stream is going to be. So it's a great idea to pop that in on your Twitch page. Hi, Friendly Medic for the Hydrate. Hi, Akamaran. Welcome. Good to see you guys. You know, I could be wrong, but I don't think you've actually put in the schedule feature. This is just your past streams. So I feel a bit dumb. But you know, that's okay. Also, I make use of the schedule function on Twitch. I'll take the compliment though, yeah. Take it. It happens to the best of us, Petri. I know. It happens to the Petri of us. Yes, schedules are important. I think even if you don't have a schedule as a creator, it's helpful to have either set days that you stream or set times that you stream. Not everyone can do schedules, right? Thank you for the hydrate, by the way, Friendly Medic. Welcome on in. Hi, Kumari. Good to see you. I'm good. We're doing our content creator coaching sessions. Okay, so schedules. Not everyone can maintain or handle schedules, and that's okay and completely understandable. Either because, you know, you do shift work, or, you know, you have ADHD, or various other reasons, you have a family or commitments. So not everyone can commit to doing the same streams, you know, day in, day out, you know, like I do 5 days a week. Not everyone can do 5 days a week. Not everyone can do regular streams, you know, twice a week. And so what you want to make sure you do is if you can't commit to the same days or at least the same times during the week to streams, at the very least, make sure you're communicating effectively when your next streams will be. So even if that means you only know a day in advance of when your next stream will be, post that everywhere. If you're posting on your Discord, add everyone. Make sure you're regularly bringing it up during your streams. So at the end of my stream, or even like during my streams, I try to say, hey, my next stream will be tomorrow, where we'll be doing this. So on Monday, tomorrow, we'll be playing Fallout New Vegas at 6 p.m. UK time. That's 6 p.m. GMT or 1 p.m. EST. I try to make sure I'm effectively communicating when to expect me next. That's my main problem with stream days. My shift patterns make it incredibly difficult to maintain any kind of consistencies. Okay, so what if you're doing shift works, what if you set 2 different times that you might stream? Let's say you might stream, some days you might be able to stream in the evenings from 6 p.m. Some days you might stream in the mornings from 10 a.m. What if you said, my streams, even if like, you know, you set those 2 times that you would either go live. So let's say I would stream 2 times a week. You know, I'm going to stream twice a week, and I'll either be live at 10 a.m. or at 6 p.m., depending on, you know, my work pattern. And that way people know if I'm not finding you at 6 p.m., I know I'll be able to find you at 10 a.m. the next stream. Do you know what I mean? Having that regular time slot helps people remember when to find you. It's making it a lot harder for yourself to build an audience and to build a community if people don't know when to find you live. I know a lot of people that go live whenever they want, right? Whatever time of the day, you know, whenever they feel like it, no warning, no plan. And, you know, for some people it works and they manage to build a community and an audience, but you'll find it a lot harder for yourself. You have to assume that not everyone works, you know, not everyone works a regular... Wait, sorry, let me start again. A lot of people work 9 to 5. A lot of people have certain times of the day where they have free periods. If you regularly stream in the evenings, right, then people that regularly have the evenings free will be able to watch your streams. Whereas if you stream all over the place, then people who only have time free in the evenings will only be able to watch you if you happen to be streaming in the evenings. And so it creates this inconsistency for people to be able to watch your content. That goes especially for live streams. Whereas, you know, if you create 2 regular times maybe that you would stream, either 10 a.m. or 6 p.m., for example, then people know that they will be able to catch you at least 50% of the time, right? They know that they'll at least be available half of those streams. And if you're communicating effectively via Twitter and TikTok and YouTube and Discord and whatever platforms you use to your audience and saying consistently in stream, hey, this is when I expect to be live next, you know, it'll make it a lot easier for people to maintain that relationship and build that connection to you as a streamer, because they can catch as many streams of yours as they can. Because, you know, as a streamer, you become part of someone's daily life. You become part of their daily routine. I was explaining this to Petri over Christmas, how I really missed you guys when I was away for the holidays, and how a bunch of you guys were saying you really missed me too, and it broke my heart, honestly. And although the break was lovely and I got to spend time with my family, you know, Petri and my family were like, oh, you know, do people miss you? And I was saying, yeah, you know, like a lot of people will sit down and watch my streams when they have dinner. A lot of people come home from work and they turn on their PC and they hop on stream, you know, or they spend their lunch breaks at work with me, you know, and I'm there for them in their downtimes when they're, you know, relaxing and, you know, enjoying their evening, resting. And to have that suddenly not be there when they were expecting it to be is hard for people, right? It's suddenly go, what am I going to do now? And so giving that consistency to people helps build a really tight relationship and tight community. And again, that is really hard for people that do shift work or have other reasons they can't stream regularly. But creating set times where you know you'll probably be available one of those 2 times means you'll be able to create more... You know, it'll be easier for people to anticipate when your next stream will be. You know, if I don't go live at 6 p.m., people will be like, oh, it's probably 10 a.m. the next day or 10 a.m. on the Tuesday or whatever. Does that make sense? Okay, good. I feel like that was a really long-winded discussion about schedule, but I've been thinking about it a lot recently because I always stream at the same times 5 days a week, and how a lot of people aren't able to do that. And so I've been trying to think of different ways for people to manage that kind of scenario that will help them not suffer from not having a consistent schedule. So consider doing that. 2 regular times that you will go live. That's a good thing to point out. Yeah. It's really something that I see a lot of people doing, just going live whenever they feel like it, which, you know, is fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it very much, I think, depends on what your goals are with streaming, you know. If you're streaming to create a community, to grow, to take it seriously, then you do need to seriously consider, you know, scheduling. Whereas if you just want to do it as a hobby in your downtime, you know, to relax, to have fun, to vibe, you're not taking it seriously, then go live whenever. Who the fuck cares? But pro Petri tip, go live while she is coaching and ignore her advice. I think you can build an audience with scattered stream times. I would just say it's going to take exponentially longer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you only get a few for one time and then you get a few for the next time, yada yada. Yeah, exactly. And people, you know, stop coming when they realize you don't stream at the times they're available. People will stop coming. It's cool to know about. It gives a good insight on how it all works, that people are new to this stuff. Yeah, that's the idea. Today we're specifically looking at people that are very new to streaming. So Ingenious is in the very early stages looking to get affiliate by the looks of things. Although Ingenious didn't put that in the application, that's what I'm guessing. They did put in their in their application. I'm brand new to streaming, so I guess I just want the beginner tips and how to grow initially. So that's what we're looking at today. And then after this, we'll be looking at YateriaKurosawa. Hi, Horror Hedge. Welcome. Good to see you. But yeah, that's a really great point, Noob. Yeah, it does take longer if you don't have a set schedule. Okay. Interesting to note. Ingenious does have a lot of clips, which is really great. Really good. Oh, you played Choo Choo Charles. I feel it was just a twinkle in my eye when I played. I know, it's okay to want to get affiliate. I think it's good to not beat yourself up over it if you don't reach that when you anticipate, or, you know, don't reach that immediately. A lot of people do start streaming and then immediately want to get affiliate, and that's okay. That's very valid. But I think you're going about it the right way. It's a goal for you and something you're working towards. But at the moment, it looks like you're exploring and enjoying content creation from what I see. I do see that you only have a few VODs on here. Have a look at the VOD space you're entitled to. You definitely have VODs turned on, because obviously we can see VODs here. This is just from the same day, 3 days ago, and that was from the day before. So it looks like you only have like a week of VODs, because this VOD from 18 days ago isn't here. So I don't know if you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime or Twitch Turbo, but you should be getting more VOD space, I think. If you have Amazon Prime, make sure to connect it to Twitch for that extra VOD space. And you also get free stuff. Get free Amazon or Twitch gaming Prime stuff. And a free sub every month. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you use Amazon Prime, but if you do, then it's definitely worth connecting it as a streamer. It's definitely worth. You also get a free sub to someone else, so extra bonus. Prime Gaming, if you have it, by the way, drop your Prime Gaming sub in chat, so you get a free sub. Poggies. Hi, Anne-Marie, how are you? Welcome. Amazon Prime is great. It is great. There's a lot of issues. Obviously, people have a lot of bones to pick with it. But for the perks you get alone for Twitch, I would probably still pay it just for Twitch. You didn't hear me say that. You didn't hear me say that, though. Is it Bezos? Is it Daddy Bezos? It is Daddy Bezos, isn't it? Anyway, aside the point, your Twitch channel's looking great and genius. I think you're onto a really good start. I think the goals for you, I would say, you should have a look at branding. Obviously, you haven't announced your model yet, but when you get your model, let's do a section about branding for you. When you get your VTuber model, I think it's a good time for you to think about branding. So by this, I mean you're going to want to change your profile pictures to something more cohesive with your model. You're going to want to change your panels and your banner probably to make more cohesive sense with your concept and your model. You know, let's have a look at your panels again. Your panels are nice and simple. I think they do great. I love that you've got this like Windows XP vibe going on. But I think it's not like super clear that that's what you're going for. At least to me, at least. But I think when you get your model, it's a great opportunity to have a think about, you know, rebranding your stuff a little bit better. Especially your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel has a completely different profile picture. But I think you're doing great. Honestly, I think you're doing great. Changing up your profile pics, banners, What was the other thing? And panel art. Yeah. And then lastly, if we're talking goals for you, things you should think about working on in Genius, I think that's hard to say because you're brand new into streaming. And I would want to say that like you're doing really well. And I'm really glad to see you actually exploring a whole bunch of different things. And it's hard to say what you should be doing when you're so new to content creation. Let's have a look at what you wanted advice on. Beginner tips on how to grow initially. You want initial growth. I would definitely be engage more with other new streamers and VTubers on Twitter and Twitch. Finding like-minded people, people of similar goals, of similar, not even size, but like similar experience. You know, when I first debuted as a VTuber, one of the first things I did that was really good for me was finding some VTuber friends that wanted to collab together and play games. And it wasn't even about the collabs. It was about making friendships that were in a similar position of me where they were, you know, early on in their VTuber journey and they were looking for like-minded people that understood, and we helped grow together and we helped each other do a bunch of things. And it was just making those connections. Like Daddy Bun, actually, Daddy Bun in chat. We didn't get a shout out for Daddy Bun, but Daddy Bun in chat here. She was actually one of my first ever VTuber friends. And it was our collabs and stuff together and our friendship and support for each other that honestly helped build my confidence and helped me find my place in the VTuber world. And so I think it's really important as creators when you're starting off to find people like you. Find people like you. Awesome. You can do that by finding tags on Twitter. So you might go to the PNG tuber tag on Twitter, see what's going on in the PNG tuber tag. So you have immediately got some people that are PNG tuber, like Crystal Embrace, she's a great one. Hi G-Gen, welcome. Hi Anne-Marie, welcome. You you want to have a look at some tags that people are using. Maybe engage with some of these tweets, you know, of people that are similar to you. This is a great program for you actually as a PNG tuber. I don't know if you're using this or if you're using OBS OBS Fugi Reactive. But VideoTube is amazing. This program here is an amazing program for PNG tubing. It's what I use for my gremlin. You are using VideoTube. There's so much you can do with VideoTube that creates expression without even having additional PNGs. But yeah, I think it's great. I think there's loads you can be doing. I'm worried I'm going to see something not safe for work here. But yeah, I definitely have a look at PNG tuber tags, VTuber tags, and, you know, those PNG, drop your PNG things. Okay, drop your PNG threads on Twitter are engagement baiting threads. And a lot of the time, it will be just that. It'll be engagement baiting where people are using it just to farm engagements, to farm followers, whatever. But some of them, you will see genuinely responding to posts. You'll see them following people that interact with it, you know. And there can genuinely be some heartfelt posts out there. So don't just drop your PNG on everything, but definitely engaging with people and talking to people in Twitter threads is a great way to help make connections. But you're off to a really great start. What else can we say that you can look at for a thingy? You know what? There are a lot of Discord servers. I don't know if you're in any of these, but Discord servers for new creators and streamers. Let me find the name of this one I'm in. I'm in this Discord server as a helper. It's this one, VTuber Starter Kit. I'm gonna DM this link to you. Oh, I can't invite you, bro. Is there an invite link anywhere? Here, I'm gonna DM you this. I'm gonna DM you this right now. It's a support group for VTubers looking to debut and stuff. I am in this server as a helper, although I don't interact with it much. Share link. Ingenious. Right, I've DM'd you a link to this tweet. But this is a server for new streamers, new VTubers In fact, I'll post the link in chat as well. Copy link. Did that send to you? Oh, I'll just copy and paste it. There you go. There you go. If you're interested, this tweet was by Amelia Key, I think. Yeah, Amelia Key. Amelia Key. Hey VTubers, it's here. Recently asked if we could have a support group for VTuber debut because the journey can be confusing, isolating, and just hard, especially for VTubers new to the community. And it was clear that there are many who need it. See the Discord link below, and then below is a Discord link. So if you click that link in that Twitter page, there's a Discord server. I don't know how active it is these days. I think it's still pretty active. A little bit. Not super active. But if you ask questions in there, there are people that are willing to help and want to help. There's all sorts of information and resources in there and different artists and whatever you need for helping get you started as a VTuber, that is a great place to look. There is a great place to look. There's also a whole bunch of different servers for things like VTuber assets, all kinds of things you can use, free assets, not free assets. Checking out the free assets or VTuber assets tags on Twitter is also a great idea to find things. But this is a really great place to look for finding and making connections of people that are doing similar things to you right now, that are looking to debut and stuff. I've DM'd you that link, Ingenious, but I've also posted the link to the Twitter page in chat if you want to have a look at it. Awesome source. So I think you should engage in these servers and various threads and things to find resources and people doing the same things as you. Yeah, awesome. How are you doing, Chichin? It's good to see you. Welcome. Make sure you get your pen and paper. We're doing our content creator coaching sessions today. Yes. Alrighty. We got your Twitter account. We got your YouTube account. And we got your Twitch. I think you're doing all the right things. And it's hard to tell you what to do next. As where you go next and what you go into next is completely up to you. And it's hard to give you that. It's the CCCS. It's going well, Chichin. It's going well. It's going well. Today we're having a look at Ngenios, who's a brand new content creator. And then we're going to be looking at YateriaKurosawa, who is another VTuber we're going to look at. And today we're focusing on, you know, early days streaming, getting started, what things you want to look at and think about. Yeah. So we're having a good day. I've also started up a Q&A form if you guys want to have a look at it. Send in your Q&As for me to talk about on a different session. We'll be having Q&A sessions at the end of these sessions where I can address a bunch of questions you have. If there's anything specific you want to ask, you can drop them in that form. It's the last link in that little message and chat. Poggies. And if you're watching on YouTube, all the links will, of course, be down in the description. Okay. So I think it's hard to say what you need to be doing next, Ingenious, without knowing exactly what you want to do, what your goals are, beyond just growth. I think you're onto the right path. And I think you've already worked out what kind of creator you want to be. Maybe, because you seem to be making Let's Play videos that are focused on reactionary content. And maybe that will change over time as you grow and find your way. I would say keep focusing on what makes you an entertaining streamer, what makes you unique, and why people would want to watch you specifically, because I think you're onto good stuff here. I think you're onto good stuff. And I think you're doing really well. And honestly, the hardest part for small streamers is keeping conversation going when there was no one in chat. So if you've got that nailed, in no time you will start finding viewers and you will start finding an audience. The hardest part is getting that initial audience, that initial viewership, that initial audience, and being able to talk to yourself for however long. But yeah, working out your VOD space, because I can't see much more of your content beyond what I have. There's not a whole lot for me to look at and say. But I think you're doing well. Yes. You've nailed talking to yourself and creating good gameplay content. And I look forward to what your content will become in the coming months. Heck yeah. Yeah. If you want to check out Ngenios, I'm gonna drop the link here for Ngenios. You can go check them out. They've got a whole bunch of stuff going for them. They're looking to get affiliate. I think they're doing really well. So you can go check them out. Next. Next, we're going to be looking at YateriaKurosawa. YateriaKurosawa. Let's get those links up. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I couldn't say a whole lot more. I'll drop you those notes in DMs, and we'll get some bits back to you. And maybe in a couple of months, when you found your feet a bit more or you've posted more content, it'll be easier for us to go back and see what else you could be doing. So for right now, I would focus on producing lots more content, getting more out there, and finding your feet more, finding who you are more. To find who you are as a creator. Yeah. Although we've already done it, maybe in a few months we can come back and have a look at your content again. I do want to come back after a few months and look at everyone's, like a where are they now kind of session. Now for her next victim. Next, we're going to be looking at YateriaKurosawa. Definitely be up for that, yes. I've already had a few of the creators we've already spoken about reach out to me and, let me know how they're doing, which is really cool. It's really great to hear how everyone's getting on after these sessions. I hope that it has some kind of impact on you and your growth and your journey as a content creator. I think you've done a bunch of the initial stuff. I would definitely say have a look at my resource pack. If you haven't already, definitely go through that. There's an entire checklist of things you can do for each platform, of things you can look at, to think about, to post, a whole bunch of different things. Have a look at that. Again, links are all in chat and in the description if you're on YouTube. Heck yeah. Hi humans, welcome. We're just about to start our second content creator coaching client, I should say. We're going to look at YateriaKurosawa. If you want to check out YateriaKurosawa, link is in chat here. That's very cool. If I'd known you did this in such detail, I would have asked you to point us on my channel a while back. That's okay. I'm still taking applications. You can apply. The link is in chat. I have an application form, which is the first link is a Ko-Fi link to my content creator coaching resource. Sorry, my content creator resource pack. It's completely free on my Ko-Fi. The second link is my application form for the coaching sessions that we're doing today. We've done a few others. You can watch the VODs on Twitch. There's a highlight, thing on Twitch of them, and you can also watch them also on YouTube. Their full VODs are on YouTube. And the third link is my Q&A form, which I'm taking for, obviously for a Q&A session, where we'll talk about whatever it is. Words are hard, because I want to be answering your questions on anything specific you want to ask without applying for the thing. Let me find YateriaKurosawa's application, and we'll have a look at that. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. Words are very hard. Indeed. I think we've even had an applicant today, which is awesome. Words are hard. Yeah, they are hard. They're hard. Words are hard, bro. Let me see if I can get, Oh. That's not good. Oh, that's not good. Is it this one? It is! I found it! Don't worry, I found it. Sheesh! I was worried that I lost everything. Merch link chat. Chat is my favorite, to be honest. You're welcome. You needed a breather. I did need a breather. I did. I did need a breather. Okay, so I've got YateriaKurosawa's application up here. Awesome. Okay, bear in mind, Yateria uses she, her pronouns. Please keep that in mind. We've got all our links. Awesome source. All right, YateriaKurosawa, welcome. So, YateriaKurosawa is an established VTuber who I believe is a PNG tuber at the moment. I don't know if you've debuted a 2D or 3D model. Actually, no, I've seen your 3D model. Laugh, thank you for the follow. I hope you've enjoyed your time here. Am I saying that right, Laugh? Welcome, welcome. Heck yeah. So, this is YateriaKurosawa, EN VTuber. 18. This is an 18 rated account, so please make sure no minors interact with YateriaKurosawa. Awesome. Demon King VTuber, trans, male to female, she, her pronouns. Question, Yateria, Demon King, but use she, her. Are you gonna change it to Demon Queen? I'll drop this in your notes. Twitter. I mean, not that you have to or whatever. I just wondered if you'd thought about it or if this was something you'd just forgotten. Pronouns. Are you still Demon King or now Demon Queen? Or otherwise? As your bio says Demon King. Yeah, just something to think about. You've got your live 2D model, or I assume live 2D model. Either way, you've got your model mama here, which is great. And EM VTuber, you've got your. I want to look at your card. Okay, we're gonna look at that. Awesome. I have an amazing new model thanks to the wonderful. I haven't seen this before. Oh, Yateria! I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Gorgeous model. So cute, gorgeous. Oh. Bless you. Bless you. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. YateriaKurosawa. You've got your bio, your pronouns in the bio. You've got your label as VTuber and in here, which is great. You've got your model mama, great. You've got EM VTuber tagged here. I don't think it's necessary to have EM VTuber tagged here when you've got it here and you've got VTuber here. But, you know, cover all your bases. I like it. Good to see it. I love that you got your card linked here. You don't have your Twitch or YouTube or anything else linked here, though. So I would definitely get your other links. Add your Twitch or YouTube links to either bio or your pinned tweet. It's also good to have your schedule, if you have one, somewhere available in bio or pinned tweet. Streamer coaching, hi Raizumi, welcome. Yes, we do streamer coaching, yes. It's completely free, anyone can apply, and we do a whole bunch of stuff, yes. Excuse me! Hi Raizumi, it's lovely to see you, welcome. At the moment, we've just started looking at YateriaKurosawas. We tend to go through 2 creators a session, and these videos are all available as a VOD on Twitch and on YouTube as highlight videos. Awesome sauce. Awesome, I love that you've got your model announcement. I love that you've tagged your model mama. That's super important in the VTuber world. Hi Degree! I don't think Yateria is on YouTube. She is on YouTube. I have her YouTube link, yes. Imagine licking feet. Definitely not me. I love it. I love this too. If someone buy, I need to put this on my phone list. Probably not streaming today. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, not awesome that you're not feeling well. I hope you feel better or that you got sleep. You retweet quite a few of other people's content, but you do have some of your own content, which is good to see. Feed. Oh, bit lewd. Sorry. I love to see that you're posting your own content. This is really great. Quite a few retweets. That's a really cool design. Oh my god. You do retweet a lot of content though. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to retweet other people's content. It's just that when someone's looking at your... Okay, let's scroll up to the top. If I have just come to Yateria's Twitter account because I'm intrigued and want to see a little bit more about Yataria. This is the first information we get, which is why the bio and the pin tweet are super, super important. But then following that, when you scroll down, if this was all retweets, if the first thing we saw was 5 retweets from other people's content, so like if this was the first tweet we saw, followed by this one, and then, you know, another retweet, then you wouldn't be able to see who Yataria is or what kind of content they'd be giving you. Like, you want to be able to see what value you're going to get from a Twitter account when you follow them, right? When you follow an account, you don't want to see all of their retweets. That can be really annoying. But, you know, I think Yataria is doing a kind of good balance between posting their own original content here and posting retweets. So it's not too many retweets, but, you know, it's good to make sure you're conscious of spacing them out. You don't retweet too much, but good to be conscious of breaking up retweets with your own content, which from the looks of it from today, you're managing, but keep conscious of it. Okay, good. Awesome, awesome. What's up, Todd? So yeah, I think that's really good. I love that Yataria is posting original content. I think this is great. It's funny. It's I don't know, it's different. It's not just a going live tweet. This is kind of what I mean by original content, even if you don't entirely like it. It's something to break up links and promotional tweets. Too many promotional tweets can be exhausting for followers. Yeah, I think Twitter's doing well. How many followers have we got in here? 700 followers. That's really good. That's really good. Although your tweets are getting some views. Well, that was only an hour ago. See? I think Yataria's doing great. I think Yataria's doing great. What else have we got? Let's scroll down a bit. See what else she's been posting. Nice. Model pics, gorgeous art. There's nothing wrong, and I highly encourage, if you have cute art and stuff that you want to post, you can repost things over and over and over again. So many of the biggest people on Twitter will repost their successful content over and over and over again. Make sure you're making good use of reposting your good content. So I've seen this art from Yataria before, but art, especially for VTubers, does really well. It is gorgeous art. It is gorgeous art. So make sure you're reposting things. That I don't mean repost it every single day, but every few weeks. Oh, I haven't posted some art in a while. Let's repost some of the art I posted a few weeks ago, you know? Another retweet, 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 retweet. See, this is a bit too many. Maybe not. It's hard to say, but, you know, it's quite a few retweets. Amazing piece of art. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that was a bit lewd. Anyway, moving on before Twitch bonks me. We're not going to look any further at that. But Twitter account is looking good. You definitely need to make sure you got your links in here. Let's have a look at your card. Oh, you've got your cute art in the background here. Twitter, phone list, Twitch, donate, TikTok, Fansly, awesome. Demon King, Ian VTuber. It says this also on your card. Yeah, your Fansly made of card. Okay, cool. Variety game and has many interests. Nice. Okay, simple. I like it. I guess it does the job. Let's have a look at your YouTube. So your YouTube is branded under Yato. Under YateriaKurosawa. Which obviously isn't your username anymore. Actually, I think your Twitter username is still YateriaKurosawa. Twitter username is also still Yato, not Yataria. But saying that, the transition between usernames is hard, and it's important to make sure you leave enough distance between changing your name that people can still find you. So I don't think it's a bad thing that Yato still has, or Yataria still has Yato as their username, but Yataria as a display name. Because if people still know Yataria as Yato, then they'll be able to find them that way. So, not that you should change this right now.
Nice.
Hi, CMC, but at some point in the future, you should consider fully transitioning to Yataria and away from Natho to avoid confusion. Yeah. What are you up to? We're doing our streamer coaching sessions. These are free coaching sessions for content creators. You can have a look here. We have an application form. Today we're going over, we've just went over Ngenius's content, and now we're going to go over YateriaKurosawa's content, and basically we go through all their social media platforms and help them work on what they should be working on. Yes, yeah, we're asking you to keep it down on the sound effects today, please. Thank you, Noob, for the headpats. Thank you, Noob, for the headpats. Just to not interrupt the, because this is essentially a long tutorial content. So essentially we're trying to do minimal interruptions as possible, if that's okay. That means light on the sound effects today. Awesome. So yeah, Yateria previously went by YateriaKurosawa, and that's why there's a change in usernames here and on the YouTube account, which is something I've put down in the notes that Yateria may want to consider. It looks like the YouTube channel is pretty much focused towards other people's clips. Miss Iceheart, which is okay, you know, if Yateria wants to make this a clipping channel. But I would say it's confusing to have a YouTube channel branded under your name as you, but then find someone else's content. But you only have another creator's content up on there. Is a bit confusing. Although it's clearly branded as Miss Iceheart. Is this a clipping channel? Although it does look like this was over a year ago that you posted anything on here. You could always make another channel with a different name for clips. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You may wish to rebrand it as such. Although, from the looks of it, because this content is so old, it looks like Yataria might not be touching YouTube at all, which is completely valid. Completely understandable. Any live streams? Oh. Oh, we can see your playlists. Oh. This YouTube isn't linked from the card. Is it not? Well, Yataria did give me their YouTube link. Oh, it's not linked at all. It's not linked at all. You know what? Valid. You know what? Valid. Though this isn't linked in your socials. So, yeah. Please, under no circumstances, never ever look at my YouTube. This goes for you too, Jen. Why, noob? Why? You can, yeah. I'm a bit confused. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit confused when it comes to the YouTube channel. A little bit confused. It's okay. Hi, Charmy B. How are you? Welcome. All right. Well, let's skip over the YouTube then. We do have the Twitch and the Twitter linked here. Let's have a look at the Twitch. Branding is consistent. Your banner is a bit pixelated because it's not the right size, but that's okay. Let's make a section for Twitch. Twitch notes for you. Your banner, not the right size for Twitch. So it's stretched and not clear what it is. Consider getting some banners to make your branding more cohesive. But, you know, it's not a super big deal. Having, you know, a stretched banner, this banner isn't a super big deal. Pretty good match for the Twitch purple. With this, it kind of is, yeah. People have applied for this CMC for help improving their channels and improving their work and growing as content creators. It isn't, you know, we're not out here trying to make people feel embarrassed or make people feel insecure. These people have consented and they agree and they completely understand that I'm coming from a place of love and wanting to help them. None of what I've looked at is bad. None of what I've looked at on anyone's content on any of these tutorials is bad content. We have not seen a single bad content creator. All we're seeing is people's passion and what they want to do and what they want to grow. They're giving me their objectives on what they want to improve on, and we're trying to help them achieve that. So we're out here coming from a place of love. I'm putting this content out there on the internet. Yeah, this is the least embarrassing part. That's a very good point. Once you're putting your content out there, you know, having someone talk about it is just what's gonna happen. Just got me to check what I had on mine. So yeah, I think this, you know, looks all right. We've got a nice profile picture. What is the profile picture on Twitter? Same, nice. Love to see it. Love to see it. She's played a lot of Dead by Daylight, Overwatch, just chatting. Oh, you can't see this, but I'm on Yateria's suggested streamers, and I'm honored. Not gonna lie, I'm honored. You can even see. Where was it? Here, we're on Yateria's. I'm honored. Thank you, Yateria. Let's have a look at her about section. I'm YateriaKurosawa, Demon King of Annihilation. I'm an ENV tuber who loves to play a variety of games, loves to show love and support to all my friends and viewers. I hope you join me in my endeavors on the game I play. I love that. That's very sweet. It's genuine from what I know of you, and I think it, no, I think it's really cool. It tells you a little bit about you, tells you your name. Again, you've gone by Demon King here. And it shows you that on your card and your Twitch. Streamception! I'm good. This is very informative to watch. I hope you're doing great. I hope. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. Yes, we've just started going through Yateria's. I'm surprised you've not told Yateria from a place of love that they shouldn't play DBD. Okay, if we really want to talk about like the games that we're playing as streamers, DBD I do think is a dying genre on DBD. I think from speaking with other DBD content creators, they are all moving away from DBD because, you know, a lot of people that play DBD only play DBD on stream. And the DBD community is very dedicated to watching DBD streamers. The DBD streamers that I've spoken to personally off stream, many of them are coming away from DBD, much as I did a few months ago. Well, a long time ago now. A lot of them are coming away from DBD because the game is, you know, either getting stale, they're not enjoying it, or it's a dying game. DBD, who needs a disc reader? Hi, Parody. DBD viewers are indeed way too dedicated to DBD. Yes, and the struggle is when these streamers are coming away from DBD, they're suffering a huge drop in viewership because the DBD community only wants to watch DBD and they stop watching those streamers. Petri, you left DBD a long time ago. I've never seen you play it. I used to play it for a long time, actually. I was a DBD streamer for a while. You've never played it? I don't enjoy it anymore. I play it when there's a big DBD resurgence in 2 years' time. As is the life cycle with these things. Yeah, completely, right? Just like when there's events, people do indeed come back to things like DBD when there's events. How many times can we say DBD? DBD. I actually met Petri for DBD. You did? Oh my god, that's how long ago. Jeez, oh my gosh. I've known Dorinda a long time. Anyway. Point is, if you're going to play a game, it's important to consider why you play that game and what you want from playing that game. Either just you enjoy that game, or because you're getting viewership playing that game, and what consequences will it have you stopping playing that game. That's why you should never just stay with only one game. It's important to play multiple games and different things on stream. I think it's different for everyone, and I always encourage a little bit of variety for streamers, because if you're only playing one game and then you burn yourself out from that game, you will suffer greatly, and it's just not worth it. And although it's a lot harder to grow as a variety streamer, it is, you know, it is a slower process. You will hopefully create a more solid foundation for a committed community that are there for you and your content and the types of games you play, regardless of the game you play. Gamer burnout bites. Yeah. Just like I got burnout from Overwatch, I got burnout from DBD. And that's when I truly realized that I didn't want to be that kind of streamer anymore, where I dedicated myself to one game, because I do just get bored of it. And I think everyone does at some point or not. You know, even XQC, even Ninja, they get bored of Fortnite one day and they'll stop playing Fortnite. You know, just like a bunch of pro streamers stopped playing Overwatch because Overwatch got boring. They moved to Apex, you know, a lot of them moved to Apex. And then at some point they'll move from Apex to something else, you know. But it's important if you are going to be the kind of streamer that plays one game and grows from one game, it's important you find a way to migrate your audience just from being a DBD community, for example, to being your community, you know? Give them reasons to come and enjoy you and your content. Do more community-focused events, you know? Do more things away from DBD as well as just stream. I got burnt out from Minecraft from downing over 500 hours into Petri's old server. Yeah, I got burnt out from Minecraft too. Apex is the final destination. That's the thing. As a viewer, I watch streams for the streamers. If they play something I like, that's great. But if not, it doesn't matter. Because I enjoy hearing them share their thoughts and stuff. Yeah, me too. I used to only watch streamers for their games. But even then, I realized that I didn't enjoy the games that they played after a while. I enjoyed them as a person. And that's when I started watching creators for them as a person, not the game they play. It's crazy how many viewers are only interested in the game, not the streamer. Well, here's the thing, right? It comes down to what you're providing of value to your community. So when you stream, I typically say you stream or people will watch you for a handful of reasons. Either because you're really good at a game. So like look at pro players. People watch pro players because they're really good at the game they play. Or because you're entertaining, right? You're funny, you're entertaining, you're engaging content, you know, you're funny. Or because you provide, I don't know, chat interaction and that kind of thing, right? I can't remember my original reasons, but let's say those are the 3 reasons. Just be bad at games, they can't watch you for the game. So let's say those are the 3 reasons someone might watch your stream. If you play DBD, right? And you get really good at DBD, you're going to grow an audience of DBD viewers that love watching you play DBD because you are good at the game, right? So I have a friend who played a lot of DBD and he began being known as like one of the best, you know, people that played this particular killer. And so people would watch him to play his killer, people would watch him to see his killer games, to see how he would excel and how he would do really good. And, you know, people just enjoy seeing people be good at things, right? Then if you come away from making that kind of content, then it gets harder for people to keep watching you because they were there for a specific reason. Whereas if people are there because you're entertaining, you're funny, you make engaging and interactive content, then people will come back to your streams regardless of why you stream. Of what you're streaming, sorry. So people like to watch streams to learn how to play games better. Yeah, so if that is the reason that... If people watched my streams because I was good at games, then people would never watch my streams because I'm not good at all games. Let's say I'm good at one game, but I'm not good at other games. People would only watch me when I play that one game. You know what I mean? If people only watched me because I was funny, then people would watch me play whatever game as long as I was being funny in those games. You know what I mean? So it's about finding what makes you succeed as a streamer, as a content creator, working out if that's how that's going to impact you. Does that make sense? I feel like I said that really weird and backwards. There's a lot of times I'd never play the game myself, but enjoy people play them. Yeah, I do too, honestly, I do too. Aww. Roguelikes are the perfect style of games, as they are different every time. I'm not big on roguelikes, honestly. I think that's why I lean towards more chill, cozy games, because I love talking to my chat and I love meeting new people and just being an audible. That's awesome. That's awesome. I really don't have a specific game. Yeah, that's okay. This wasn't targeted at you at all, Yateria. I just play a game I feel like playing. My starting a screen? Yeah, same. You and me both. Hi, Griff. Welcome. How are you? Good to see you again. Good to see you. Okay. Oh, really tired today. Okay. YateriaKurosawa. We've got Twitter, Discord, phone, and card. Awesome. Awesome. We've got a donate link. If you want to donate, then click the link above. I'm not asking for donations, and if you do, I will most likely try and do something charity with the money. Thank you for the support. I don't know what you mean by this. Do something charity. I think it's you know, what's the word? Honorable of you to mention it. But hi, Rang, welcome. I would be concerned that there's an expectation that you would give that money, and you don't want to create this expectation that you can't fulfill, or not that you can't fulfill it, or that you would get called out if you weren't fulfilling it. You know what I mean? So maybe reword it a little bit. If you're going to use it for charity, just link the charity. It's not sus. It's not sus. But I would be concerned. You know, and on a small scale, it's fine. But the moment you start, you no longer have it. I'll put that in your notes for you. No worries. No worries. You no longer have a Discord server. Remove the link. On your donate panel, you mention do something charity. I think you mean charitable with the money. However, I think on a small scale, it's fine to add that you might put some of the money towards charity. But I think on a larger scale, let's say if you grow suddenly and you have a bunch of donations, people might have, although well-intended, a misunderstanding that you would donate a bunch of that money to charity. And that would put you under an obligation. And then if you didn't fulfill that, someone might then charge back and say, well, you didn't prove that you donated this money to charity, so I'm claiming that money back because you didn't donate it to charity. You know, I'd be concerned that you're creating an expectation here that you might not be able to fulfill. To protect yourself. There is an alternative way you can do it if you're looking to do something with, you might be trapping yourself, yeah. I agree with your point. For example, a few streamers shifted from VR chat to different content, but their core community stuck around. That's awesome. No creating a lawsuit, basically. No, not really. It's not that big of a deal. But when it comes to things like chargebacks, when you're doing, when you have a donation link on your stream, it's really important you do your best to protect yourself. And I think this first part is really, you know, it's covering all bases. Hi, Justice, welcome. Special events, yes, we do content creator coaching sessions, if you want to have a look. I basically do what I can to help small creators go through their content, help them work out what they can improve, what they can work on, and how they can, you know, achieve their goals as a creator. I donate money to see you in court, Bunny. It's not that big of a deal, but I do think the first part of your message here is really good, but I would be concerned about this message about charity. There is a way you can do it, Yateria. If you wanted a portion of your donations to always go to charity, there is another way you can do it. There's this extension you can use called pally.gg. I think it is linked in my content creator resource pack. I will have to check that for you. But if you look at pally.gg, that's the name of the website, pally.gg. It is, as far as I've looked into, legit, and I did try using it once with my mods, but they all said no. But you can essentially create one donor link that then splits the donation into various pots. So if you wanted to pay your mods, you can have your mods all input their PayPals onto pally.gg and then get that one donor link, and then you pot it on your thing, and you can pick which percentage goes to which, you know, pots or whatever. But let's say you wanted half to go to you and half to go to a charitable fund. I don't know if you could put the charitable fund in pally.gg. That's not something you'll have to look into, but you might be able to do it that way. Have a look at pally.gg. Sorry, we don't do promo of games. Have a look at pally.gg to have a look at pally.gg to see if you can split donos that way. That may be more effective for you for donating a portion of your donations to charity. This is something to think about, something to consider. Yeah, sorry, we just don't do promos of things here. We just don't do promos. That includes no self promo, and we really don't like we don't like people promoting games in here. It's fine if you're suggesting a game, but to promote a game specifically, we've had several people come in that are like devs or whatever that try to promo games in chat. It's just not the place. It's not the place. But we do have a suggestions channel in Discord if you want to drop the link to the game in there, because that's where I get a lot of the games that I play on stream from the suggestions channel in Discord. Okay, moving on. Let's be nice, chat. Let's be nice. Okay, rules. May or may not be good at games, so I would love tips and advice on games, but please be respectful. Not everyone is good at games. Awesome. Does that mean you're accepting backseating? Is that okay to backseat then? Otherwise, that's a great. I love that you're being clear that you're accepting help and things with games. Be respectful and friendly. No spamming. No links. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If you want to be negative, just don't. There's enough negativity in the world as it is, and I want to make people happy. Oh, I love that, Yataria. I love that. You've got your phone extension here. Awesome. Wow, that's holy shit. Oh, you've got a clips thing here. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool extension. A suggestions box. And about me. I think the about me should be the first panel. Yeah. The about me panel should be the first panel on your Twitch. I know that's like nitpicky, but I think it's great to have this as the first panel when people look at your channel. Denying pay was so worth. You sent us irreplaceable gift instead. I literally, oh, you love Dorinda. I'm so glad you love that gift, honestly. About me is really, as first is really good. Yeah, good day, my impeccable humans. I'm YateriaKurosawa. I'm a trans female virtual VTuber, virtual tuber or streamer who loves playing RPGs and party games with friends. I hope you'll join me in the streaming adventure. Yeah, I definitely put this first. This should definitely be the first panel you have here. Yeah, Otherwise, I think this looks great. Yeah. It looks great. I think you know, you've got consistent panel art. It looks good. In my opinion, the about and schedule should be the first panels. I agree, yeah. It's the most important part for the 1% that scrolls down. I agree. Rules should also be pretty high up there. Things like donos and anything money related can come after as an afterthought. But I think otherwise it looks great. Let's have a look at your schedule. Have you got a schedule set? Let's have a look today. No schedule set. I can't speak. Say your schedule. Awesome. And it's worth adding your, thank you for the hydrate, Todd, your schedule info in your panels and on Twitter somewhere too. What do you mean by backseating? Okay, so backseating is, let's say I'm playing, I guess any game really. Let's say I'm playing Fallout New Vegas, like I was playing yesterday. Let's say I'm playing Fallout New Vegas. People tell me, you need to go left, and then you need to go here, and then you need to do this, and then you need to put points into this system. It's basically people telling you exactly how to play a game. Unsolicited. So if I ask, I'm really stuck, I don't know what to do next, and someone says, hey, why don't you try going this way? That's not backseating because I've asked for it. Whereas if it's unsolicited, I've not asked for it, and someone tells me how to do stuff, it can get really annoying for the streamer, because the reason we watch streamers is to see how they play the game, to watch them enjoy the game for themselves. You know, it's not to sit there and play the game for us. There are a lot of people that intentionally go into chats and backseat, and a lot of people that don't understand that it's not Twitch etiquette to backseat games. I wanted to keep backseat. That character creation is so bad, I kept my mouth shut. I wouldn't say people tell you how to play I wouldn't say people telling you how to play, but give you tips and pointers that chat may know that you don't help in game. Yeah. Telling Petri you need 3 diamonds and 2 sticks to make a diamond pickaxe. Help. A bit mansplainy, but help. Tell Petri to make a pickaxe. Backseating. Right, yeah. So, should I encourage backseating or not? Okay. It's up to the streamer and how they want to enjoy their stream. So I personally have a no backseating rule because it's, you know, it's really fucking rude. I hate it when people backseat. Backseating comes from someone in the backseat of the car constantly telling a driver where to go or how to drive, right? Yeah, Chi-Chin's completely right. Imagine enjoying games. In my opinion, it's fair to give tips. Yes, but explicitly telling you what to do sucks. Yes, exactly. Some streamers don't mind at all and they fully welcome backseating. But it's completely up to the streamer. So I would definitely recommend checking the streamer's rules. I believe in my rules section, we have no backseating. Hold on. 18 plus, no harassment or abuse, no homophobia, etc. Don't sexualize stream or other users, no politics, no self-promo, no unsolicited medical advice. Oh, yeah, I can't believe we had to add that one. Yes. And we do have a backseat rule. We do have a backseat rule. It's not explicitly in the rules, but I only tend to enforce it really when we're playing a specific type of game. So if we're playing story games or a game that, you know, it's kind of like common sense on Twitch to not backseat unless it's welcomed. Only backseat with hard to find loot or advice on difficult enemies, and even then I ask. Yeah, which is the really important thing to do. If someone says, hey, please don't backseat, then you take that and you don't do it anymore. Make sure to use tags for backseating and no backseating. Many users will just skip the rules and go straight to chatting. Yeah, that too. If it's a brand new game I'm playing, and I really don't want backseating, and it's a game that tends to have lots of backseating, I will also put it in my title. Hey, no backseating and no spoilers. I wish someone backseated my life. Oh, Newtonia. If I get stuck, I'll say, okay, I need help. Who knows what I'm not getting. Oh. All right. Oh gosh. Let's have a little bit of look at Yateria's content. Actual Twitch content. Dead by Daylight, Dead by Daylight. Is that Overwatch? I can't tell. Hi, Yuzu, welcome. Someone backseating life sucks. You're dead over 90 years. Oh, Dorinda. Currently, you're playing more games you're actually good at, so no opportunity to backseat. Alright, let's have a look at an actual VOD. This is from 2 days ago. We're gonna go right to the beginning. Oops. You got music. I would assume this music is safe to stream. I wonder how long of a starting soon screen we have. Oh my god, I can't speak today. 4 minutes. We're gonna have to really turn this up. This is really quiet. Countdown and starting soon screen is nice. Yeah, I have some debate about the starting soon timer. Consider it. I love that there's a good starting soon screen actually here. Like it's animated, it's nice and visually interesting, it's, you know, consistent with Yateria's branding. It looks cool. Yeah, I like it. There's a bunch of info here, but the text is far too small for me to read. I bet you wouldn't be able to read it. I did have a timer actually, but I disabled it since I didn't know if I'm going to be 5 minutes or even 10 minutes. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. Also, some people just don't want to read. That's why there are mods like you. Yeah, exactly. My mods know when to tell people off for backseating.
I am here. I am streaming.
Really quiet.
Good. So how's everybody? Sorry I am very late. Well, where am I? Oh, there I am. Yeah, sorry I am very late. I have, okay. I've been very much busy when it came to therapy. Yeah, my therapist was...
Okay, real talk. Your mic is very quiet. I've got your full volume and I've got this thing up, the audio compressor thing that helps boost the volume. I think the idea for people to have a second to come in before they start missing it. Yeah, and it's great. It's great. Let me put my music back on. So you definitely need to consider looking at your OBS. Look at your OBS and up all your audio levels, especially your voice. I think the audio levels between game and music and your voice is good, but it's all too quiet. Like, I can't hear you very well. I've seen this talk recently. When it comes to content creation, right? A lot of people want to upgrade all their stuff. A lot of people, wait, so they just give me lying straight in the face? What? You can find ruled as well. It's just not for any faces. Anyway, let's focus on this. So when as a content creator, you always want to upgrade your stuff. And you know, a lot of streamers get straight into streaming, and the first thing they want to do is upgrade their graphics, upgrade their audio, upgrade their PC. They want to get bigger and more expensive and more and more and more, and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. And it's this constant battle of getting the highest quality you can, and a struggle for money. And a lot of money from content creation goes straight back into the content to upgrade and, you know, fund these ventures, right? Yataria, I'd say the first thing you need to focus on, you know, you've got your model. I would definitely upgrade your mic. 100% you need to upgrade your mic. Yeah, you want your yes, okay. So when it comes to your audio levels, personally, I have my mic audio levels at just at the top of the yellow. So the idea is when you're looking at your audio levels, you see the bars where it's green, yellow, and then red. Red, if it gets to the top of the red, that's when your mic is peaking. And that's when your mic will start, you know, sounding really fucking bad and getting really like crackly and awful to the ears. You don't want your voice to be in the red. However, this is where compressors and things come in handy. So you want to have a look at your OBS audio filters and add a bunch of filters to improve the general quality of your mic. So when you're speaking, your voice, for me personally, I like to have it at the top of the yellow, at the bottom of the red. So when I'm talking, it's constantly in the yellow zone, and then every so often it'll peak a little bit into the red. It won't go all the way up into the red. It won't like reach the top because that's when it will start peaking. But even then, my compressor will bring it down to a more consistent audio level, and it will stop my mic peaking. So my mic hopefully should never make that audio crackly noise because I have a good compressor set on it. But on OBS, it will go up into the red a little bit. If that makes sense? Red is for scream, yellow is for talk. Exactly. So that's where you want it to be, for it to be audible for stream and stuff. If you have it in the green, you're too quiet. Everything is too quiet because even at max volume, I can't hear you properly. Oh fuck! I've been aiming at the top of the green when I've been setting up stream. No, you want it louder. Go louder, Dorinda. Full send it louder. Because people can always turn you down, right? But there's only so much I can turn up a stream. I've turned it up to full volume and I've put the boost on it, and I still can't hear you. When it comes to upgrading your stuff, going back to that topic though, people think that graphics will be what makes you stand out and what makes you grow. And having attractive looking streams is great. But if you have terrible audio, people will not come back to your streams, right? People can stomach looking at bad streams, but people cannot stomach listening to bad audio. For some reason, audio is just so much more unbearable. My mic is only a cheap £20 when I want to buy like a Blue Yeti or something, and a Go XLR, but money isn't yeah, okay, so a Go XLR is something you do not need. It is something for the future, right? A Go XLR is a huge investment. A Go XLR and a proper XLR mic is a huge investment. It's not something you should be looking at as your first audio setup. You know, if you started right off the bat and you like blew up, go for it. Like, I think at that point, you know, you're probably getting enough money to make that kind of investment. But right now, a good solid USB mic, people tend to use Blue Yetis or the Snowballs. I don't think Snowballs are good from what I remember. I don't remember much about good USB mics, but I would definitely look at YouTube videos on people that critique, you know, USB mics. Blue Yetis aren't a good way to go because they pick up so much background noise. Yeah, I personally don't like Blue Yetis either, but it's hard. There isn't a whole lot of really decent mics. Actually, you know what I can recommend is a really good USB mic. This mic I'm using is actually a USB mic. It's a USB and XLR mic. So if you get it, it's a really good investment for you. Let me work out how much it is. It's the... Which one is it? I've got the Shure MV7. The Shure MV7. Let me have a look on Amazon quickly at how much it is. Shure MV7. A Shure MV7 is the follow-up to the Shure 7MB or whatever it is. This mic is £250. It's really in the high end of USB mics. It takes both XLR and USBs. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot more expensive than a lot of other mics. I wouldn't go for the Elgato mics either. The Elgato mics are another mic that is just overpriced because it's got the Elgato brand on it. Please don't help me, Elgato. I love you. I know you don't have that kind of money. A lot of people don't. But it's a good USB mic to look at because from my perspective, right, if I want to upgrade my mic, I might do something like get a Blue Yeti secondhand maybe. So use that for however long. And then when I'm getting some money back from streaming, I might look at upgrading to something like the MV7. Because that way, if I get the MV7, I can use that as a USB mic until I can afford to get a an interface, an XLR interface. Once you have an XLR interface, you then can't use your USB mic with it. However, this MV7 takes both USB and XLR. So that way you wouldn't have to buy a whole new mic when you get your first interface. I would recommend as a first interface getting the Focusrite. The Focusrite Studio interface is pretty cheap. I got mine with the mic for I think £200. It was the whole interface and all the cables and the mic. Hi Maria Latte, welcome. Hi, welcome. And it was a really good investment for me. I still have it. It was a beautiful mic. It worked so well for me. Are you been lurking and listening? So getting the Shure MV7 is a really good way to transition between USB to XLR because you wouldn't need to replace the entire mic. You would already have an XLR compatible mic, which is honestly really good. And I wish I'd bought this mic ages ago, but it's brand new. It's like brand new to, blah, blah, blah. It's only recently come out is what I meant to say. You haven't got the desk space for an audio interface, let alone the money. You could put the audio interface under your monitor. So I used to have a really tiny desk, and I had the Focusrite Scarlett Studio set. So it had the mic on a mic arm, and I had the Focusrite, which I literally put under my monitors. It was like a monitor stand for me because I didn't have the space for it. And then the mic arm really helps because it frees up my desk space. Yeah. So you want to look at upgrading your mic as one of your next goals. Good morning, Wolfie. Good to see you. Hi, Agent Cobalt. Good to see you. You want to look at upgrading your mic. Thank you for the teachings. I've learned a lot, and this has helped me my journey. Heck yeah, Griff. I'm glad that it's helped, that you found it somewhat helpful. Even if you're not a streamer or a content creator, it can help maybe to give some perspective. Or, maybe it's something you've considered doing. Need. Breed. Hi, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy your time here. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome. Okay, so Yateria, you want to definitely upgrade. Sorry, turn up your audio. You need to turn up your audio because it's extremely quiet. And definitely look at upgrading your mic. From the sounds of it, your mic sounds like it's being hit a lot, like you're tapping it as you're talking. Hold on, let me go back and we'll have another listen because I want to hear again what your mic sounds like. You can find some decent budget mics. Yes, we were just talking about decent USB budget mics. Getting a mic arm was such a game changer for me. Before that, I had to reach around my mic to get my keyboard and had to bend. Oh my god, no, awful. Definitely get a mic arm. Okay.
Supposed to call me at 2 p.m. but they got late. They were late, so they called me at 3:30. And since both them and me didn't have a usual hour or two we usually have together, I pretty much just had to trauma dump speed.
Okay, let's skip ahead. Okay, you've looked into becoming a VTuber? Yeah, Yataria is a she. They go by Shiha. And yeah, that's what we're discussing. We're discussing Yataria's audio levels because I think audio is a huge thing for content creators. If you have, bad quality audio, it stunts you a lot more than you realize. Yeah. Alright, I want to hear you talk.
I'm hoping to get them all to
okay.
Prestige 3.
Here it sounds like you're much closer to your mic than you were earlier on in the VOD at the beginning. It definitely sounds like you're moving closer and further away from your mic at different points. So you might need to look at where your mic is positioned and how you're talking. It's okay, CMC. Don't worry. We're just letting you know. Yeah. Adding audio filters. Yes. The mic is being tapped while talking. Any kind of simple pop filter will help. Yeah, okay. So I don't know what kind of mic you have. It sounds like you've got a headset mic, although it also sounds like you're moving closer and further away from your mic. You said a cheap £20 mic. I think if you've got a cheap £20 mic, you might even be better off with a headset mic. But it does sound like you're...
Prestige 1 for now.
Because now it sounds like you're like right off in your mic like this.
For now I've got Nemesis, Ghostface, and Legion up to Prestige 1.
Pop filter would help you. I do agree. We can hear the...
I was going to use the Plague, but
in your...
I do not have enough blood points.
Let me see if I can demonstrate. My mic has a pop filter built in. You can hear it there. If I take it off, how does that sound? So you can hear me breathing, right? So if I speak like that, you can hear my breath. That probably sounds really awful. I'm so sorry. Dear God, I'm so sorry. ASMR, right? But now if I put it on, you can't hear it as much, right? It's that you can still hear the sound being made, but you can't hear the breath bouncing off the mic. If that makes sense. So the difference is literally a pop filter. It's a studio mic that's on a really long stand. So it's on an arm. So that's why I keep knocking on it. Okay, have you got an arm? Maybe invest in... You can get one for like £5. I got a pop filter and it made a world of difference. It really does. Pop filters make a world of difference. The only problem with pop filters is making sure you use it effectively. So this pop filter came with the mic. But the pop filter I used to use was like a really cheap one that I had to fucking jerry-rig to make go in front of my mic. And then you have to make sure you're leaving enough distance between your mic and the pop filter and your mouth and the pop filter. If that makes sense. You could use a sock. I have seen people use... In fact, I saw Markiplier use a sock. I haven't seen how to use a sock effectively as a pop filter. The only problem with pop filters is that wrong music. Okay, whatever. T is Razer mic and gear okay to use for streaming? I have no idea what gear is. I have seen people use Razer headset mics. I think you would just have to listen to which specific mic you're looking at getting. Have a list on YouTube. There are a lot of people on YouTube that do videos dedicated to comparing different mics and mic qualities. I'm by no means an expert on audio stuff. I know nothing about audio in the grand scheme of things, but I do know a little something here or there. We can stretch a stocking around a ring clamp or something. That's pretty much what a pop filter is, right? Gotcha, thank you. No, yes, okay, it's okay. That's what I do. Whenever I'm looking up upgrading my mic, I always look at different YouTube videos of people who compare it. But let's say if you use 2 pop filters like you, wow, you can make pop filter with pantyhose. That's what Cheechin said. Yeah, with a stocking with pantyhose. So, yeah. I would look at getting a mic arm because it sounds like you said a long stand, as if it sits on your desk. You can cheap, as long as you're not using a country filter, you're Gucci. You can, what was I going to say? You can cheaply upgrade your audio right now by having a look at getting a cheap mic arm and pop filter. You can probably, in fact, I know for a fact you can get both for less than £15 on Amazon. Although the quality may be meh. In fact, I think this mic arm that I'm using is one that I got 6 years ago on Amazon for £10. May not be great. Yeah. So that would be a really quick and cheap way to upgrade your audio. I think this mic did come with a small pop filter. Yes, go find the pop filter if you have one. It's one filter I never needed. I think my mic arm came with a pop filter. So did mine, yeah. There are mic arms that come with pop... Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm suggesting Yateria look into. And then following that, another way will be to look at OBS audio filters. I wonder if I can show you what audio filters I use on my mic. Hold up a second. Where am I? Let me find filters. Because I should be able to show you this. I think so, at least. Oh no, I have all these turned off because I don't do them in OBS anymore. But I can show you what they look like. Oh, I can't show you. That's a shame. Oh, wait. Wait, well, wait. I think I might be able to do it. Let me do that. And then... I don't think I can. However, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube that do really good audio filter setups and show you how to properly set up your... Oh, shit. Where am I? This one. Probably how to set up your audio filters on OBS to help you improve your audio quality. Can't stand listening to my voice, so I never really check the audio. Okay, that is something you really need to do. You really need to do. So what I do when I'm doing my audio setup on YouTube, on OBS, is I turn on... Where is the setting? When you go into your advanced audio properties on OBS, change your mic from monitor off to monitor and output. And that way you'll be able to hear your own mic. Or you can, say something, record it, listen back, change it, record it, listen back. Either way, before you finished, one of the last steps you need to do is play, put on a game, put on your music, turn on your mic, just speak random fucking bullshit as if you were streaming, record it for a few minutes, stop the recording, have a feedback, see if you can hear it, see if it's audible, see if it's loud enough, see if it's, better quality, all that stuff. See if you can hear background noise, see if it's better or worse. There's some really good tutorials on YouTube how to make a cheap mic sound better. 100%. You can make really cheap mics sound really good. But, on top of all the filters, on top of getting a mic stand, on top of getting a pop filter, one of the last things you can look at to improve your audio quality is to look at your room setup. So I don't know what your room is set up like, but to make your life easier when it comes to audio, you need to have a look at your surroundings. So I stream in an enclosed room, which makes life easier for me. I don't have much noise elsewhere in the house, so that again makes life easier for me. But there are some extra things I do to help block out background noise. So obviously we all know that streamers like Markiplier use, what are they called? Those thick foam pads on the walls. Fucking bullshit microphone. So what are those foam pads they use on the walls? I forget what they're called. Soundproofing. Soundproofing is ridiculously expensive. And obviously we don't all have the means to afford, put up, and properly know how to do soundproofing and sound isolation. But there's some extra things you can do. So essentially soundproofing is putting things up on the wall to buffer the reflections of sound. Because if you're talking in a small room, so I've got a wall in front of me behind my monitors, so everything I say is going to bounce straight off that wall and hit my mic again. So what we want to do is dampen the sound. So having loads of posters up, having loads of things on the walls, having, loads of soft objects in the room, having stuff on my door. So on the back of my door, I have a coat hanger, and I put all my jumpers, I put all my scarves, I put my coats up there, and my bags and stuff. And what it does is it helps dampen the sound traveling between me and outside of my room. Hi, doggo. Yeah, I've always had moving arms. Welcome, doggo. So doing things like that help. It doesn't make your mic quality immediately easier, or better, sorry, but what it does is it makes your life easier when it comes to adding these filters and improving the quality of your mic. It doesn't directly make your mic quality better, but it means you have more flexibility in how you can use those filters to make your mic better. Does that make sense? Sounds like a pillow fort would be an ideal, voice actors, the best place to record for voice acting is in a closet. That's what they say, record in the closet. A lot of people genuinely do record in a closet because the clothes in the closet help dampen the sound so much. It makes the most ideal of recording studios if you don't have a full recording studio. In a studio, oh yeah, a closet. It's also your depression cave that I want to clean up. I'll be honest, Yataria, your messy room is probably very helpful for your audio right now. Or in a car. I've not had that before, but yeah, closets 100% is the ideal place to be recording. But obviously that's not very helpful for streaming because you need your whole PC set up, right? You need your desk and everything. So just build a closet for your stream. You've heard of ASMR artists recording in closets, yeah. Yeah, honestly. There's a software called NVIDIA RTX Voice that blocks out background noise. Okay, so How about a huge closet? I think if it's too big, you probably won't find it as helpful anymore. But as long as there's loads of clothes in there, it'll help you loads. What was I going to say? When it comes to noise blocking, when you're looking at your OBS filters on your audio, for example, there are two different types of audio filters that you would look at to take out background noise. Let me get my filters back up. So there is the noise gate, and then there's noise suppression. I would highly recommend avoiding noise suppression. Noise suppression basically takes any background noise it hears and it tries to get rid of it. It tries to muffle it. And you'll find that it clips your voice loads and it takes out a bunch of quality from your voice. What you want to do instead is try to set up a noise gate that works for you and your voice. This will take a lot of trial and error of recording and you know, turning on the audio feedback, the audio monitoring for your mic. But setting up a noise gate is extremely highly more preferable than noise suppression. Do not use noise suppression. The same goes for Discord. A lot of people's Discord cuts out their mic so much, and it frustrates me, especially when I'm doing collabs. I'm trying to have a conversation with someone, and that is cut out like that, right? It's like they're stuttering, or like every third word gets cut out completely because Discord is registering it as background noise and it's taking it away. Right? So you might find that turning that off completely, getting rid of it, don't use it as a plugin, right? Please, for the love of God. Like, it's honestly worst case scenario. If noise gate and everything else isn't working for you, try noise suppression. But noise suppression is not your friend. Please use noise gate instead. It's time to start getting ready to drop off the hubby. See you later, Lady Jaylick. Hi, Otinsky. Good to see you. Thank you for the resub. How are you? Welcome.
What
about OBS's plugin? Oh yeah,
on the way.
Noise gate is great. Noise gate is very helpful. I use noise gates. OBS's filters are really good. You can look at the VST plugin for OBS, and that gives you a whole bunch of extra things, but it is hard to use. It is hard to use, and it does require a lot more knowledge. Whereas starting off with the basic OBS audio filters will help you improve your mic quality a million times over. Discord noise suppression is awful. So is OBS's noise suppression. Please don't use it. It cuts out singing. It cuts out everything. It cuts out everything. So yeah. Hi, Otinsky. Thank you again for the resub. Lady Dalek, have a wonderful day. We'll see you later. Everyone say goodbye, Lady Dalek. Goodbye. This can cause issues on not so good hardware, cutting your mic out while loading a game and so on. Oh. What if I don't have a closet? I don't have a closet. I have a cheat in. I stream from a cupboard. Good night, Lady Dalek. See you later. Goodbye, bye, bye. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. So yeah, Yataria, I think a huge focus for you, Hi Kenzo, is going to be your audio quality and focusing on getting that set up. Because I'll be honest, you could stream every day. You could stream for 12 hours a day. You could stream every game under the sun, but you will struggle so much. And I feel awful saying this, but you will really struggle to find the growth that you have the potential for when your audio quality is basically holding a stronghold on your growth. Because people will come into your stream and currently they can't hear you. They come into your stream and they can't understand you, or there's too much background noise. Like, you know, a lot of people don't watch streams, they listen to streams. That's an important thing to consider. I split my room into 2 partitions. You know, your room is a small thing that you can do to help improve. A small, you know, not even expensive thing you can do. Like put blankets on your door. Like put a blanket behind your monitors, you know? So if you've got your desk against a wall, you could pin a blanket up the wall. Something like that. You could, I don't know, it's just about cushioning the surrounding around your desk. But that's a really, really, really small thing you can do that costs nothing. The other things you can do, definitely invest in a mic arm. Invest in a pop filter. Find the one you already have. That would be even better. You have no idea how many blankets I have. I collect blankets too. It's extremely helpful. But yeah, the big thing you want to consider is your audio filters, which is again a completely free thing you can do, and eventually upgrading your mic. Making the room less sound reflecting and more sound absorbing. Yeah. A lot of these things will cost you absolutely nothing. It will just take a little bit of work and maybe a little bit of researching. With the audio filters on OBS, definitely watch some videos. Priority of mic positioning, physical filters, digital filters, soundproofing. I think digital filters is the highest priority for you, honestly. Mic positioning as well followed after that, and then soundproofing your room will probably be one of the... It'll be the cheapest and easiest to do out of everything, but it is probably the lowest priority in terms of what impact it will have on your audio quality. But yeah, definitely have some look at it. There are people that know a lot more about audio than me that post loads of videos on YouTube, so go do some research. That'll help you a huge tenfold. I think the moment you improve your audio setup, your stream quality will be just... You'll raise the bar so much for yourself, and you'll make your life much easier in the long run. So, huge goal for you, but extremely doable. Even if you were to set up, you know, a dono goal on stream and say, hey, I'm looking at getting this mic that costs maybe £80 because it's a, let's say it's a Blue Yeti or whatever USB mic it is. It's like 80 or £60 or whatever. And say, hey, this is the money I'm looking to afford this new mic. So once we reach that, or, you know, X number of subscribers will afford that. So let's say you need £50 to get a new mic. You might look at getting... How many new subs would you need for that? You'd need 25 new subs, and then you would afford a new mic. Because I think it works out about £2 per sub in the UK. So, yeah. You've got this. Totally doable. I've put all these notes in my notes section for you. So look at your room setup. Cushioning the area around your desk will help with subtle soundproofing and sound muffling sound reflections in your room. This may be a really subtle change, but it'll help extremely when it comes to setting up your audio filters. Yeah. What I learned from guides is that digital stuff can only do so much if the physical input is meh. Yeah, but you would be surprised how, you know, some good audio, like some good audio filters can really, really change a really shit mic into decent quality audio. Also, I know that I need to talk more. Even if it's just noises, humming or something, there's a lot of times I'm silent. Let's have another look. Let's have another look at your stream. I want to see what you're like in-game, right? In fact, let's zoom over here. It's good to see that you've got a good chunk of people in chat. I'm struggling because I genuinely can't hear you. I can hear that you're making noise, but I'm not able to understand what you're saying because it's pretty quiet.
I don't know if that's any good, but... Furtive chase. Damn, I'm surprised we've not already in a game. The other times...
Oh, he's still in the queue. Oh my god, DBD queues, man. You know what you could do? If you're stuck in between games, and this is something I know a lot of DBD streamers do, is they have another WD-40 on your chair. Get some WD-40 on your chair. Your chair is squeaky.
If it's holding, but
if you've got a metal chair, is metal, whack some WD-40.
Oh, yeah.
WD-40 on the joints.
I do have sloppy butcher, which
to help ease the creaking. Yeah. My chair's super squeaky. Is it a metal chair? Because you can whack some WD-40 on that. That would really help. Okay, but in between games, if you're struggling for things to do, have a look at doing something like having an extra window open for those little games. What are they called? Hi, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Dorayaki Warrior, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Did we just turn into a DIY engineering stream? You know me. I'm jack of all trades. Hi, Hatanashi. Back. Also found the site. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Stream games, yes. So, what is that? Words on stream. In between games, if you're struggling or maintaining conversation and engagement, I'm gonna write some tips. Consider playing words on stream what is the other one that's like Words on Stream and similar games? Between games? Or what I used to do, and I used to find very, very helpful. That's why we're doing my own closet so much. Ah! Plastic Rubber Duck Sim. Oh my god, I love that. Games like that, yeah, really easy. Marbles, I think, is too much of a dedicated time, right? You can't predict when a game is gonna pop. You need something you can drop out of immediately, like Plastic Duck Sim, right? Or Words on Stream, I've seen a lot of DBD streamers use. Or what I used to do to help maintain engagement and interactivity with chat is I used to come up with, Stream Raiders, that's another great one. Words on Stream, hold on, Stream Raiders, or chess, yeah, I guess. Or, you know, idle or sim games. Like Plastic Duck Sim. But is the ocean soup? That's exactly what I was going to say, Dorinda. One of the best tips I can recommend to help maintain engagement and conversation in your chat, if it's something you're struggling with to maintain, you know, things to talk about, I used to come up with a question for each stream that I would bring up during stream to help engage conversation. And that is what started my whole soup thing. For a while, I had questions regarding soup. Is the ocean a soup? Is a hot dog a sandwich? And similar questions like that. Is the earth a bowl? You know, are we a soup? You know, things like this. And people would debate it, and it gets people talking and engaging and chatting and thinking about things. And it became like a really good way to help me maintain conversation and to help me create jumping boards of things to talk about, you know, because conversation will only happen in chat if the streamer can start something. Petri would fill time by coming up with creative insults for chat, you know, and so creating a question, you know, why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Exactly, right, exactly. Yes, it's a soup, just like ketchup is a smoothie. I agree. So yeah, things like that are a really great way for helping you practice keeping conversation during a stream and for practicing, you know, engagement in chat. The ocean is like, what even is that? Chat is a soup and is delicious. But we love soup here, and it all originates from that goal I set myself of sending a question a day. I even used to set it as my stream title, you know, I would set my stream title as, is the ocean a soup? And people would come in and their first messages would be debating if the ocean was a soup or not. You could also potentially make a scene for AFK moments to show your latest clips or YouTube videos. That's a good idea too, yeah, there's tons of things you can do. But if you're realizing that you have lulls and like, quiet moments in your stream, or moments where you don't know what to say and you're kind of stuck, creating prompts for yourself, engagement things you can self. Petri clickbaiting engagement with titles. It's not clickbaiting though, because it's something we genuinely talk about, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Clickbaiting is an easy way to disregard a genuine, you know, method as being predatory, because the term clickbaiting does have predatory connotations. But honestly, I don't think it's clickbaiting at all. It's only clickbait if you don't follow through. Exactly. So I think it's a really good tip. Leg hand discussion. Leg hands, yeah. I have 2 leg hands, thank you. Anyway, I think that's something you can work on. Be random and get people to talk while AFK. So, in between games, if you're struggling with maintaining conversation and engagement, consider playing games on stream like Words on Stream, Stream Raiders, idle or sim games like Plastic Duck Sim, or create conversation topics or starters for yourself. Set a question each stream to ask your chat when you're feeling a lull in conversation. Yeah, people hate on clickbait, but newspapers have been doing it for over a century. Garum is an ancient Roman condiment that is essentially salty herbal fish sauce. So the ocean. Oh. You could look at what drama is trending on YouTube. I mean, you can discuss things like current events, news, drama. That does give you, you know, topical things to talk about. I personally avoid things like drama and politics and topical news a lot of the time because I think it can lead down a toxic path, and I'd rather not have my content surrounding that. Although I do occasionally bring up drama and topical things, like what happened at TwitchCon, in TwitchCon San Diego recently, or like last year or whatever. So I think there's a lot you can do, but it helps to consider in advance what you will do in those moments, like setting questions for yourself. I know a streamer that has conversation prompts that they use both in collabs and out of collabs that they use to create discussion. And it does feel, it can feel a little, you know, scripted. But with practice, I think you'll get used to it and it'll become more second nature for you. Yeah, Discussing drama is a healthy way to build a community. Yeah. Am I a soup? Yes. Yes, anything is a soup if you try hard enough. Just ask political and religious questions. Not here we don't. We try to keep positive vibes, you know? I know that was a joke. Copium. Also, scripted isn't inherently bad. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with scripted. Hi, Talaray, how are you? Welcome. Yeah. This reminds me specifically about a race between two countries. The country that won paper title was... What? Oh, right. You're talking about, okay, yeah. So yeah, I think there's, by the way, welcome, Doriyaki. Thank you again for the follow. I hope you enjoy your time here. Welcome. I think there's a lot you can do, and a lot to be said about laws and conversations and ways to help maintain that constant flow and engagement with your chat. And again, it is a lot harder when you're a small creator, you know, and it does take a lot of practice, and streaming and practicing is the only way to really do it. Research, watch other creators, see how they do it. And obviously it is easier when you have a larger chat because there's more to bounce off of. But when it's only you and a few people in chat, it does get hard. What I used to do when I was a really small creator was I used to tell stories. So I would play Overwatch, and then when there was nothing going on in chat, I'd be like, so you'd never guess what happened to me at work yesterday. And I would tell a story about a Karen that I served at the counter. You know what I mean? Things like that. You really love watching video essays. Scripts are great. I love video essays. Pizza story time. Exactly, right? Because it's a great way for people to get to know me. It's a great way for me to tell an interesting and entertaining story. And I think I really enjoy telling stories, and I think I'm pretty good at it. It's something I really enjoy and why I enjoyed streaming so much. Or you can tell stories or interesting things that happened to you, etc. Pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A. We have a lot of Kevins? Oh, damn. Is that the male equivalent of Karens? But yeah, I think that's something you can look at. I've put that all in your notes for you. Let's have a look. Yateria, wait. Switch to Twitch. YateriaKurosawa. These tips are so valuable. I'm so glad. As I said, I do want to go through and update my content creator resource pack with all of these extra bits. I just need to write it down and actually find the time to start making these edits. I'm gonna note this down for myself as well. Awesome sauce. There is no...
Oh no, my pee-pee, it's broken.
This is really good. I like that you've got an offline screen. I don't think we actually saw it on your channel. Okay, then we've got your offline... Bro, Twitch, please. We've got your offline screen here, which is great. But it does have your old name and your old branding. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to your Twitch. More Twitch notes. More Twitch notes. Your offline screen needs updating. It's branded as Yato, not Yateria. Hi, Master. Good to see you. Welcome. Well, I'm off. See you later, Hidden Main. Everyone say goodbye, Hidden Main. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Take care, sweet dreams. Good night if you're going bye. Goodbye. Everyone say goodbye. Hi, Zulu. Welcome. My poor Aunt Karen. She's a sweetheart. Yes. It suggests your YouTube channel, which I'm unsure if you... Okay, so currently your offline screen is under your old username. It's got your old Twitter handle as well, and it's got a space in it, which it doesn't on Twitter. So, you need to change that really bad. And it plugs your YouTube, which again I don't think you're working on. Your YouTube is I think a defunct account. I'm not sure if you want to work on your YouTube anymore, but either way, other than that, it looks great. It just needs updating. It's definitely something you need to update. Okay, and then we were going to look at your Social Blade for your Twitch stats. Let's also get up your Twitch stats on here. Ah! Didn't mean to do that! YateriaKurosawa. Sawa. I said YateriaKurosawa. Ha? Channels? Ha? YateriaKurosawa. I think I broke it. Yeah, I don't know what to do on my YouTube. I want to add clips to my channel to it, yet I've not touched it in here. That's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Come back to it when you're ready and you know what you want to do with it. Alright, Social Blade hasn't been tracking your stats as of yet, so we're not going to look at Social Blade. However, as soon as Sully Gnome wants to work, we're going to look at Sully Gnome. YateriaKurosawa doesn't exist? Oh. It says it's loading. I don't know what's going wrong. My internet's not down, is it? I think it's still up. Did that work? Oh, yeah. YateriaKurosawa. Please? Politely, Sully Gnome, would you please work for me? Sully Gnome, please. Please. Did you try looking for Yato? No, I put Yateria. You can't see it, but I did type YateriaKurosawa. Sully Gnome. YateriaKurosawa. I wonder if I can find a direct link instead. Hold up. Oh my god. Most is still under Yato? No, YateriaKurosawa's Twitch is under YateriaKurosawa. I'm looking for Twitch info. The website's just not. Oh my lord. I think Sully Gnome might be down. It's fine, we'll have a look at another tracker. No worries. Okay. RIP website. Maybe site is down. You can't open it? Yeah, I think Sully Gnome might have just gone down. Oh my lord. YateriaKurosawa. Oh, no stream is found. Oh, man. Oh, man. And we can't use Social Blade because it wasn't tracking on Social Blade. Site doesn't want to cooperate with us. I know. Okay. Well, about this one. We tried Twitch tracker. YateriaKurosawa. I just tried like 3 others. Here we go. Twitch tracker's working for us. There we go. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. All right. So, let's look at the last 3 months. 4 hours? that doesn't mean total hours, right? All time. Ooh. Okay. Is that total hours? No. We took a huge break here. Okay. Has successfully removed themselves from the internet. They've gone dark. It's okay. We've got Twitch tracker working, so that's fine. You don't stream super often. Okay, so ignoring audio issues, and I know you've gone through various stages and transitions as a streamer, so I understand why there are breaks. But we've got 12th of Jan. This is over a year ago, 12th of Jan, so 12 days after that. Followed by 3 streams back to back. Kind of. 21st, 22nd, 24th, 26th. 30th of March, 6th of April, 9th of April, 4th of May, 11th of May, 14th of May, 4th of June, 8th of June, 13th of June, 22nd, 30th. How many streams have you done? You've gone from 30th of June to 13th of August. Missed all of July here. And then August to October to end, so literally New Year's Eve on the 21st, on 2021. And then didn't stream till March, and then again till May. What is the blue line? Blue line is followers. Okay. And then you didn't stream at all from April last year until November. Sorry, yeah, until November last year. And then you've streamed a few times in the last week. That's crazy. Like, yeah, that's crazy. She's very dedicated, but yeah, right? You have a dedicated viewer base of 5 viewers. You're pretty consistent, right? Even with the huge breaks, you're still getting viewers. And of course, viewership here is going to be significantly lower than what it was over here. Because here you were streaming, although still very inconsistently, you were still streaming, you know, on somewhat regular occasions. And it will take a while for that to build back up. You know, because this is what, 2 years later? Yeah, it's going to take you a while, Yataria, to build back up from that. But that's okay. You know, get into the habit of streaming more regularly if it's something you seriously want to do. Because, and it doesn't have to be like 5 days a week. You could just say 1 or twice a week, you know, at least 3 times a month, maybe. So you don't disappear for months on end at a time. But, let's have a look at, last 90 days. The last 3 months. That's not even helpful, really. Let's have a look at this week. Gosh, it's not even helpful, really, because you've streamed so irregularly. It's impossible for me to really say a whole much. Total games streamed 13. Daily broadcast time 2 hours. Wow. Average games 1 per stream. That's good. 9 followers per stream. That's really good. You're getting 9 followers a stream. Have to out. See you later, Kenzo. Everyone say goodbye, Kenzo. See you later. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Getting 5 followers per hour. That's huge. That's a huge amount of followers per hour. Whatever you're doing, people like the content you're making enough to follow. You know, they're popping in. They're enjoying what you're doing. You're just not doing it regularly enough. Enjoy your lag, Alicia. Good night, Kenzo. I think you're doing well, right? A huge issue is consistency in audio for you. Not even an issue, but a huge thing to work on and to look at for you will be literally consistency and audio. That growth per hour is huge. Exactly. Yeah. Whatever you're doing, people enjoy you or your content or what they're seeing or what you're doing, what you're the actual stuff you're making is good and engaging, right? But you're getting hindered by your lack of consistency, and even with your frankly poor audio quality, people are still hugely enjoying it. Say less. Lastly, your consistency is what is holding you back. I understand the huge breaks you've had because you've changed models, you've rebranded, you've weren't you even a flash tuber at one point before you became a VTuber, if I remember way back when. So you've gone through a lot of significant changes. So your lack of consistency is what's holding you back. I know you've taken long breaks. due to big changes. Flesh tuber sounds so wrong to me. I know, that's why I love the term so much. I'm not gonna lie. It brings a sick satisfaction of making you guys uncomfortable. It's a bit like moist. You know, something is really moist. I just really enjoy saying it because it makes people uncomfortable. I just think flesh tuber is really funny. You like moist, but you don't like flesh tuber? Due to big changes and transitions, both IRL and in your content. And the last week you've streamed 3 times. However, you've gone on... Let's go back to looking at that. However, you've gone on long hiatuses and you have a habit. You have a habit of streaming a few times for 1 week and then not streaming again for a month or more. So, I would suggest, if I can type, I would suggest instead of streaming 3 times a week and burning out, instead try streaming at least once a week consistently before adding too many streams in 1 week. If that makes sense. Is that a poor way to phrase it? Petri with text, strats, and numbers? I don't know this version of Petri. I know. Welcome to our content creator coaching sessions. What's the site? But this is Twitch tracker. I usually use Sullynome because Sullynome gives you so... Where is it? I think I closed it. Because Sullynome gives you so much info. So, I would even link you, but Sullynomes are working. So there's Sullynome and Twitch tracker. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. Bet you can only do maths during the streamer coaching. Flesh tuber sounds like an adult toy. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. Does this imply that there's a flesh tube? I like this. Aren't we all flesh tubes, really? Beyond the computer screens? You've been gnomed. Yeah, so I would suggest for Yataria, instead of streaming 3 times a week, as you can see, like here and over here, and then burning out, instead try streaming at least once a week, consistently before you add any extra streams. Extra streams. That way you can build on consistency to your content before building on, what's the word? Quantity, as you seem to burn out or lose interest or just stop streaming for whatever reason. Yeah, and consistency, as we know, is extremely important. Going to quote Star Trek here, we are ugly bags of mostly water, pretty much. 1 soup per week until you're all souped up, and then adding more soup per week. Exactly. 1 soup a day, 1 soup a week. As someone who unironically enjoys watching Vsauce, I would say that we are not a flesh tube. We are 7 flesh tubes. That's a lot. What's a burger soup? It's apparently a real soup, but I made my own version of it. Enjoy your burger soup. It's a super rare burger soup. So yeah, that's my advice for Yataria, and I think that pretty much sums up our advice for Yataria this week. Must be good soup because it was 4 stars. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's my advice for Yataria. Both Yataria and Ngenios are in the early stages of their content creation. You know, finding their feet, finding what works for them. You know, finding their initial audience and viewership. Alicia, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Thank you so much. Please.
Alicia_Aguya sub.
Oh, huge. You're actually my first new sub of the year. So thank you so much. Well done. I'm actually coming away from content creator coaching for a second. I'm actually starting this new thing where for 2023, I would like to make every new sub a star. So if you're a new subscriber, I'm going to turn you into a little star, and I'm going to make a 2023 jar of our new subscribers that have joined our subscribers for the year. So One super week keeps the doctor asleep. Hi Nick, welcome. So I'll turn you into a star, and you'll be in my 2023 jar. So thank you so much for the sub. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Huge. Can we get some new sub hype? Do we have a sub command? Sub. Yeah. Part of the jar. Huge, huge, huge. Can we get some sub hype in chat? Thank you, Alicia. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Huge. So yeah, that concludes our, going through Ngenios and YateriaKurosawa's content, and I'm real proud of them both, and I can't wait to see where they go next. Hopefully they'll allow me to come and revisit their content in a few months when we do our, content streamer coaching where are they now session. Where are they now? I want to do that in a few months so we come back and see how everyone's improved. If they've made any action on the things we've done, maybe I'll send them a little questionnaire and ask them to give me some updates. But that'll be really good to see how Yateri and Ngenios build on what they've done. Real proud of everyone. Thank you for being so nice about everyone's content. Yeah, let's do another shout out for Yateri if you want to check her out. And one for Ngenios if you want to check him out. Ngenios. If you would like to apply for the content creator coaching yourself, links are all in chat. Let me talk you through that again. So the first link, and this will be in the YouTube description if you're watching on YouTube. The top link is the Ko-Fi link to take you to my 14-page free to download content creator resource pack. It has absolutely everything you need, both as a beginner and as a, already experienced content creator. It helps you with all kinds of platforms like Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and Twitch. The second link is a form to apply for this creator coaching yourself. It's completely free, and I'll do my best to get through everyone as I can. And the final link is my most recently added. It's a Q&A. So at the end of these kind of sessions, I would like to host a Q&A session. So if you have any questions now, please post them in chat. Alternatively, you can post it in the Google Forms that I've posted in chat. And I'll come back to these next session on the Google Forms. But any questions you have about content creation now, I'm more than happy to go over it and help you talk through some things. If you have any specific problems, any specific queries, any things you personally want to work on, yeah, you can post them in chat now, and we'll do our best to go through them. Talking about streaming, you've done like 5+ years, yeah? Yeah, I think I've been a streamer over 6 or 7 years. It's hard to really track exactly when I joined. I have a 67-month subscriber badge, but that's only since affiliate got added. 67 months in years is 5.5 years. So I've been a streamer at least 6, if not 7 years. I started when I was 18, almost 19, so yeah, about 7 years. Yeah. So I started streaming before the affiliate program was a thing. Back then, it was just partners and, non-partnered streamers. And there was no monetization beyond dono links until Twitch realized that a lot of money went into donos because non-partners had no way to monetize their content. And that's why affiliate program got made. And so I was one of the first on the affiliate program as they rolled it out. Yeah. We met in 2017. At that time, I believe you said you'd been a streamer for roughly a year. And so what, 2016 plus 4 plus 3 is 7 years. Yeah, yeah, 7 years. I'm looking at a Twitch tracker and I couldn't remember when my first Twitch stream was. Actually, that's a good point. I can have a look when my first Twitch stream was there. Petrichoral. 2 plus 7 plus 2. I can't do maths. It says my first stream was in January 2017. So, exactly 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23. So 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Where did she get it? But I did used to make YouTube content before that. So even then, I guess I've been in content creation for a long time. Yeah. Doing all sorts of stuff. Get that shit out of here. I'm not getting tears. I've got something in my eye, bro. I've got something in my eye. You started in November. It was about 2 years ago. Does anyone have any questions? I don't have any questions at all. Anything you want me to talk about specifically? So I have got something in my eyes, honestly. I need some eye drops. I'm okay. Yeah, but this VOD will be available as a highlight on Twitch, and it'll be as a as a full VOD on YouTube as well. Damn, you that proud that cry? I'm not crying, man. I like that you have your Twitch schedule set through January 2024. Is it really? So your Twitch schedule, you just kind of set what days you stream. So I have it set that I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I have it non-specific to what games I play, because we play different games every single stream. And so it literally just gives you the exact time and days that I stream, which I think is personally enough. But if you know what games you're going to be playing on which days, you can put that in as well on your Twitch schedule. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm quitting streaming as of January 2024. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. Yeah. I was just opening the floor for any questions anyone has about content creation. If anyone has any specific questions. Yeah. But don't forget, if you would like to apply yourself for this coaching, it's open to anyone of any size. Although I think it'll be most... I think my coaching is most helpful and applicable to beginner or smaller creators. If you're a creator you of similar size or larger, I can definitely have a look through your content. But I there's only so much I can feel I can teach someone when I feel they are succeeding me. Does that make sense? Thank you for the biddies. Hi, Maury. How are you? Welcome. Petri coaching XQC. That's fair. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of large creators that blew up because of luck or circumstance or because they've been in it since before things blew up, and so that they rode the wave to fame, if that makes sense. Like XQC and Ninja, for example, although I don't really know the history behind their growth. And so for a lot of them, they are very out of touch and maybe are unaware of things that creators of smaller scale may be aware of and working on. Yeah. And so there's probably a lot to be said, and probably some things that they could even learn from smaller creators. There's always things we could be learning, and always ways we can be growing and improving. And I think it's always important that no matter where you are in your life, no matter what you're doing, that you are looking to learn and grow. The moment you stop seeking to learn more, seeking to improve, that's when you become stale and when you become outdated and jaded and irrelevant. XQC was an Overwatch pro, and I believe when that died down, he just streamed the most popular categories like 12 hours a day. Yeah, like all you have to, like, when I started doing these sessions, I started seeking out a bunch of different people who already gave this kind of information out to see what other people were saying about content creation, to see what other advice people were suggesting. And so I could learn the most I can to give back to you guys with from more perspectives than just my own. And I even watched some advice videos from people like Ninja and XQC. And when I tell you, some of their advice is genuinely helpful and eye-opening for, the things that they do and the things that they advise as much larger creators, because they have a much different perspective than I. But then some of it is also so outdated and irrelevant in this day and age that it's no longer applicable to streamers that are, working that grind, as it were, in 2023. And so it really is about making sure you get as much perspective and information as you can. I did just call Ninja a boomer. Come at me, Ninja. XQC was one of the biggest Overwatch streamers. Dallas Fuel was at the start of Overwatch League, decided they could make a team of streamers, including XQC, Seagull, among many. Turns out grinding and playing the game in that way is a different skill set to streaming on ladder, so the team failed. That's completely understandable, honestly. The call out. Yeah, come at me, Ninja. Come at me, XQC. I'm ready for you. Yeah. I think everything I say and every piece of advice I give can, only really be taken as my perspective and my experience. And so for that reason, I expect you all to take everything I say with a pinch of salt and not take it as gospel, you know, as the final thing you should do, you know. Please don't call out lurkers. Exactly right, exactly. Drama works. I mean, if that's the route you want to go down, go for it, but doesn't Ninja outdated, XQC overrated, long have we awaited, Petri activated. So yeah, I hope that everyone takes everything I say with a pinch of salt and some degree of what's the word, understanding that it's just my perspective and understanding of things. And I just hope that people find my advice and my experience helpful, because when I was a small streamer and even now, I find I find so much of content creation information and guidance so gatekept behind paywalls, behind, you know, money, behind, you know, elitism, and there's so little help and guidance for people out there that is freely available. And don't get me wrong, there is a lot of no, in fact, let me rephrase. There is a lot that is freely available, but so little of it is recent and topical and genuinely helpful or relevant. And the advice I give is different for every single person, honestly. I try my best to make it as tailored as possible. It just so happens that a lot of the people that apply are similar kinds of creators, either being VTubers or not. I think the most different creator we've looked at so far was a Fluffle Husky, who was a furry flesh tuber, did amazing content, and it really challenged the advice I could give and really pushed the boundary and made it very different kind of advice compared to everyone else we've looked at so far. Undoubtedly, though, those suspensions fed his popularity. Oh, yeah. Getting banned on Twitch honestly does huge things for popularity, weirdly enough. You do a lot for smaller creators. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you, Rang. I try my best. Like, every creator starts off somewhere, you know. I was small once. Can I get your advice, please? What do you want advice on, T? You know, every creator starts small once, you know. For a long time, I had no viewers. You were gonna get banned on Twitch now? What's the best DBD perk? No idea. The best DBD perk is Alt F4. That's my advice. Enjoy. Try Alt F4 in any situation in DBD and you'll win. You're welcome. So, fame breeds fame. Just look at certain families such as the Kardashians. Alt plus F4. Yeah. The only winning move is to not play. Oh yeah, you play Xbox? Oh god, even worse. There's more I want to do for smaller creators, and I do want to get working on my VTuber resource pack. That's a huge undertaking, and the VTuber world is so ever changing. The VTuber world is so ever changing that even as I'm writing it right now, the things that I've already written down are already outdated, and it's a monumentous task to get relevant and up to date and current info and tips. And so I'm doing my best to gather anything I can and make something good for you. But as soon as that's out and as soon as I've worked on it, I'll let you know, and that will again, of course, be freely available on my Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi. What do you think VTubing will be like in 10 years? I think in 10 years is too far to think ahead. I think even in a few years, VTubing will have already excelled and grown into something far larger than it already is. I think full motion tracking will be widespread and almost everyone will have full motion tracking, and it will be dirt cheap to get. I think there will be programs much like Vroid that do ready-made, extremely high quality, extremely customizable 3D and 2D models that are already rigged. You know, there are already programs doing that thing, but at a smaller scale or at smaller customizability or, you know, lower quality. I'm not sure Twitch will exist in 10 years. I think it will. I think Twitch will continue to exist in 10 years. In 10 years, Petri will be in our houses in augmented reality. Yeah. I think it's something like that will be in the next 10 years. How important is VTubing lore? I think it depends what kind of VTuber you want to be. If you're a VTuber who plays a character, I think your lore is important to flesh out the character that you're playing. Let's say every interaction I have on stream is, you know, performance. It's a complete character, you know. Let's say I was a vampire streamer, you know, and all of my responses may be like, "Oh, come here or I'll bite you," you know, or "Behave in chat or I'll drink your blood." And so therefore your VTuber lore may be a lot more important to someone like me, for example, where I play less of a character and more of an entertainer, if that makes sense. So I think it really depends on you and what kind of content you want to make as a VTuber. I think it also depends on what culture you're coming from as a VTuber. So a lot of, from what I've seen, a lot of Asian VTubers focus a lot more heavily on character and on lore and immersion, whereas Western VTubers are a lot more immersion breaking and a lot more personable and a lot more real, honestly. I think most people watch Twitch for personality rather than skills. I don't know if you can teach an AI that. That's like Turing test plus Riz. We are actually seeing a rise in AI VTubers of AI generated models followed by AI voices being played through the models. It's absolutely crazy, but that is the current thing that is on the rise in VTubing. I watched a video of someone that explained how VTubing all started, and to be honest, it didn't sound wrong. The first VTuber I ever watched was iChan, or I can't remember what how else she got called. Kizune? Something like that. But I used to watch her on YouTube. Kizuna Ai, yes, that's the one, yes. There's a huge difference in Japanese and Japanese style VTubers and Western VTubers, yes, 100%. I once saw company VTubers, I knew we were doomed. I don't really watch company VTubers beyond VShojo. The bigger company VTubers, especially like Hololive and Nijisanji, don't appeal to me as much. He explained that Hatsune was the first VTuber. Right. I guess so. But not really, because Hatsune Miku isn't a YouTuber, and that's where the term VTuber comes from. It comes from content creation, not produced content, if that makes sense. Hatsune, so I would have to say I disagree. Corporate VTubers are a specific vibe that you, that you have to be into. No, not like VTuber, but like Sony. Oh, corporate VTubers like Sony, right. First VTuber I ever watched was Petrichoral. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's not exactly a household name, but I believe she makes some of, if not the best content on Twitch. Aww, possibly on all the internet. Oh, Dorinda! Bless you guys. I like how we're still called VTubers when Twitch is like the main platform now. Yeah, right? I guess, yeah. Thanks for answering my questions today. Of course. I enjoy my stay. See you next time. See you next time, Laugh. I normally do variety gaming streams, high chat interaction and engagement, and very entertaining, chaotic energy kind of stuff, rather than this much more serious, chilled, tutorial style content. So I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time. I'm going to put my schedule in chat for you now. Tomorrow we're going to be kicking off with some more Fallout New Vegas. It's my first ever Fallout game, so I'm going to be enjoying that tomorrow. 6 p.m. UK time. We're going to be playing Fallout New Vegas. And then I don't know what we're going to do Wednesday. Maybe something slightly different. I haven't decided. But yes, very exciting, very exciting. Hatsune Miku is a holograph that performed on stage. Yeah, I've seen her live. I went to her concert in 2021 just before lockdown. Nope, heard of her. Hatsune Miku's concerts were really cool because they project her onto a perspex glass, and they also projected her across all the walls, and it was extremely engaging, and she looked so real, and she had a live band perform with her. Oh, that sounds fun. It was so good. Oh my god, it was so good. Netflix has their own VTuber. Holy shit. But yeah, I think concerts like Miku does is going to be the next, big thing that VTubers start doing. And already VTubers are branching into virtual concerts and things like that. And it won't be long, I think, before VTubers start doing actual, real, physical concerts with them projected on screens. And I think that'll be really, really fucking cool. I'm pretty sure they already are in Japan. I think they have done one in Japan. I don't know if it was projected on screen or on glass like Miku was, but I have seen virtual concerts in stadiums with actual people, I think. Because VShojo were part of one last year. So it's really cool. It's something I would personally would like to do in the future. I want to get into doing that kind of stuff, performing on stage as a VTuber. Hologram concerts are a thing. What were VTubers? I've not seen one. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah, exciting. I think there's a lot that's gonna happen over the next 5-10 years, both for streamers and VTubers, and I'm excited to see where things go. Oh yeah, They did one for my god, what's the band again? ABBA. ABBA had one recently too. Yeah. Heck yeah. Let's go to probably Gorillas too. Gorillas would be a good one. But yeah, is there any other questions about content creation you guys would like to ask or get advice on or get any guidance on? Oh, we've had quite a few new applications to the content creator coaching. That's really cool. I'm glad. Awesome. I hope I can get around to you guys and help you best I can. Hi! Hardclear Child Charmer, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here. Hi, how are you? Can I call you Tart? Is that cool? Is that cool? Welcome on in. I hope you enjoy your time here. She's gearing up to boot us out the house. I don't know. Because I ramped up pretty quickly. Which is why, because as I'm doing more of these sessions, I'm managing to get through people's content a lot quicker. Which is why I started doing 2 content creators. And today we actually got through quite a lot really quickly. And so I'm looking to add a Q&A segment. Please call me Tart. Okay, cool. Welcome, Tart. Wonderful to have you. Petri busting out the 1800s insults. In London, actually, a lot of, it's pretty outdated now, but in London, people used to call each other Tart. Like good female friends would call each other Tart. You right, Tart? You know, call you... yeah, maybe it was just a thing in my specific region of London, but it was a, what's the word? Something you would call someone you love, a female friend that you love. It wasn't an insult, at least where I'm from. Term of endearment. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. The term. Yes, term of endearment. Yes, he said thank you. Yeah. Where I was from growing up, it was a term of endearment. Yeah. I always giggled at the audience said trollop. People still say trollop in the UK. Bad meaning, but it's so fun to say. I'm not a tart. I'm not edible. Well, oh, affectionately reclaimed insult? Yeah, I think so. I don't think tart is even an affectionately reclaimed insult. Sweet, so now everyone will call me Pop-Tart for good luck. And what kind of Pop-Tart would you be if you were a Pop-Tart? Anyway, so because we're getting through these sessions a lot quicker, I'm looking at adding a Q&A section to the end of every session, which is why I've opened up the Q&A form on my Google Forms. Link is in chat in the announcement right there. And you can apply there, and at the end of looking through 2 different content creators' channels, then we'll have a look through the Q&A. I'm gonna go be right back. I'll be back in a few minutes, and then maybe we'll do something else for the rest of the stream. Yeah, disgusting one because Pop-Tart. No, I like Pop-Tarts. Okay, be right back.